Oriana on. I think E4 on the other hand are very much going to be looking for picks. But to be fair, I think NACL can also do that. So I think a lot of this game is going to be about positioning, not getting caught out, and then if they can get a picks, team fights are going to be rampant. Yeah, I'd like to try.
Okay, it's playing. I will stream to you as well, so you can like sync up.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Early game here, I guess we could potentially see. Well, I was gonna suggest we might see an invade from NACL, but aside from the Nautilus Q, they don't actually have much damage. So yeah, 5 points from both teams makes sense.
Yep. But yeah, no. What I was saying there before we had the whole getting in game thing. My game might be a little loud here. I will turn it down slightly. Just let me know if it's terrible volume.
Alright, I'm just gonna have to use your stream.
But yeah. You should be able to sync up. Just click around on the timeline until it starts playing, and then like sync up the times.
It's already doomed. I can't like crash.
Oh, okay. No worries. Right. So basically, what I was saying was, I think, maybe the Jarvan could go and get vision. That would be okay. But like Nautilus going to get vision later on in the game, it's very dodgy. There's a good chance he just gets picked. And like other than him, you don't really have anyone else you want to be like face checking, right? Other than maybe the Jarvan. The Jarvan will not. Jarvan will have sweeper. Jarvan will not be placing wards. So I don't know like who you're sending to get vision, if that makes sense. On the other hand, they have flag and ball to get vision, so maybe it's okay. They don't really have to face check anything later on in the game. So we'll just have to sort of see how that goes.
We're seeing the Jarvan already passing for a mid gank, but they do have a ward in that bush. They're definitely going to see him. Well, unless they didn't. Jarvan's looking for an EQ here.
Messed up the director kill.
Lands.
We're going to have to deal with it.
Got forced to flash. That's very bad for Scott, really.
Yeah. They must have had... Surely they had vision there.
They did, yeah. They had it in Pixel Brush, but
I think
maybe he just dodged it.
If the
ward a Q coming out from the Nautilus. Sivir damage comes out and Janna forced to flash.
It's pretty nasty amounts of damage, to be fair, like from the Sivir level 2.
Extremely squishy character, Janna though, like early game.
They didn't respect the level 2 jump either.
No,
like
absolutely not. I think a Nautilus should never have a free Q on someone at level 2.
It's so predictable in bot lane. Like, it's so easy to see when it's happening as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if you don't get that pixel ward right towards mid lane as far as possible, it is possible for the jungler to sneak past. And here we're going to see a little bit of punish.
Comes out, misses.
A little bit of punish, but I think the tornado had already been burnt, so they didn't really get the knockup. Janna had already used her glacial. If the glacial was on Nautilus, Tristana probably could have placed that bomb. So Outlaw did red, then gank mid, and now is pathing bot side. Like full clear top side, running towards bot. Ares has gone for a full clear straight from top to bot. Kind of expected them to be playing the bot side, so it's kind of what's expected. Top lane is just a tank fest. Pessim is pretty low on mana already though. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think he's kind of mismanaged there. See the two junglers are meeting here, like thinking about what they're doing over the scuttle. I think Jarvan 4 is just going to get the scuttle grab.
Ares giving it, looking for a recall. Makes sense. Hecarim's early game items are very important.
As well, like, he doesn't have prior bot lane either. And, like, I feel like Vex doesn't one-shot someone. She doesn't really provide anywhere near as much as damage as Oriana, like, in an extended trade. Which is probably what it would need to be to kill anyone or get anything done.
Sure.
Oh, my bad.
Alright.
I'm gonna turn my mouse off.
Yeah, I mean, quiet game.
Yeah.
Not much to say, really. I feel like all we can really expect to happen here is jungle ganks mid bot. Like we do have the Janna and the Vex splashdown, which versus the Jarvan is scary, but they're both quite safe champions, and Vex is or getting pushed back into her turret again, slow pushing, which means that she's going to be fairly safe. Might have a hard time farming, but probably won't die to J4. Although we are seeing J4 posture around mid lane. He does have the flash and knows Vex doesn't. He could look for a flash EQ here or an EQ flash if he's good at the game.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I sure as hell can't do that.
Well, Outlaw does have the fiber internet. No.
Oh, there we go. The flash. Oh, flash EQ comes out, but the Vex W stops it.
I think he needed.
Oh, Vex barely lives.
I think he needed to flash there at the end of the EQ because otherwise, yeah, it just gets interrupted. Like he needs that burst jump of distance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
To mean that Vex can't time that W correctly. But it would be very flipped to be fair, because if Vex still gets that W, Vex probably still lives.
Yeah.
It definitely.
Vex wasn't punished too hard for it because they actually had TP. But on the other hand, Jarvan lost a lot of health while trying to posture around bot lane. Well, we do have plenty free at least. Never mind, he's already back to full health.
Yep. Very balanced role, jungle. Thank you, right, for the honey fruits. Is what it is. Okay. We got some... I think we've got some Pogprogs in the chat supporting E4 and Blazercus.
NACL doing Dragon as we speak.
Okay. So... Okay, well, that's Dragon just secured completely uncontested. Oh.
Oh, pause coming out.
Action help coming from your base. Oh, it's a reference to yesterday's ADC game. Lovely. Oh. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Not too bad of a pause at all. Yeah, I mean, it's just... Oh. Can you hear me still?
I can hear you.
Okay, my whole client...
League client seems to be acting up today, which makes this rough, but...
Yeah, right?
Hopefully it should catch up in a second.
Right? The whole League client's just frozen. Stream's still going. Oh, okay,
there you go.
It's just a pause bug apparently. Lovely. Okay. And hook just goes a little bit short, is what it is.
Happened a few times. Probably gonna happen many more times.
So...
Man, Oriana does a lot of damage. I did not know that.
Yeah, she's really nice. Oh?
Oh, we do notice you connect. If you saw W's out, it gets cancelled. The Ignite comes out. Overall, I would actually say that even though E4 used no summoner spells, probably quite positive for NACL.
Yeah, for sure. Hecarim's not there yet, and in theory, Outlaw could just come here to try and dive this if they want to flip that. And alternatively, they should just be able to pressure here and, like, get extra CS. Okay, Hecarim gank over mid. Both ults used, I think.
First blood goes to Vex. And we're seeing a dive coming out bot lane. The Nautilus... Janna flashes out. Nautilus still has Q, but Silver flashes and gets a kill.
I've just realised I'm really stupid. MDib is playing ADC. He's not even the top laner. They can't run the Garen top. Oh, sorry.
Hecarim gets caught out by the Nautilus in their bot side. The Silver exhaust comes out, but can they kill him? I think they do have the damage. Yeah.
MDib just wipes the
floor.
floor.
Killed by the Silver.
Is lethal tempo stacked, surely?
Lethal tempo stacked. The red buff is out. The Nautilus ult comes out onto the Tristana.
Uh-oh, Janna's back.
Getting collapsed on by the Janna. The Sivir is maybe going to kill Tristana. The Tristana he'll come out, survive the auto attacks.
I think he split his damage too much. I think there was a few times there where he could have attacked the Trist and was instead going for the Vex and relying on the bouncers.
2 kills onto the Vex. Very scary. That. I mean, Ares was killed in his own jungle, and then everyone moved, but 2 kills on Sivir is not to be ignored. Sivir has more consistent. I'd say Sivir has more consistent strength, while Vex relies on a good situation. but can make a good situation happen with her ult. Jarvan's mid. I guess they're looking to get plates. They know Vex has used her ult and her flash. Can't do much about it. They do only get 2 plates though. Minus CS lead for Shield Twink.
Yep. He's been
from the rotation from Vex, but
I mean he's been consistently up about 10 CS most of the game, to be fair. But then on the other hand, top lane's been down about 10 CS consistently compared to E4. So kind of just swings in roundabouts. I mean, I'd definitely rather have that gold lead on my master tier player, but on the other hand, you know, at least the gold's staying even for both sides. It's
Jarvan EQing in while Hecarim is around, but Orianna's also there to cover. The Jarvan ult comes out and then the blast going to get out.
The Cataclysm blast cone technology right there. The stylish escape.
Haven't seen that one before.
I think it's a rare occurrence. Yeah, okay. So I don't know, like, oh, okay, the hook just completely whiffed. That was a very poor hook placement from Juggy Rocks there, is what it is. He misjudged how wide it was. It happens. I don't know, I kind of feel like E4 have done enough, but I also, I just don't know. Like, this game is just so sleeper, I want something to happen.
I feel like E4's bot lane are gonna have quite a hard time from here on out. I don't think it's an easy lane to come back from against the Sivir Nautilus. It's very hard to catch them out, very hard to one-shot someone. Maybe with a Hecarim gank with his ult and, you know,
it's only like a 300 gold difference. Tristana's not got her mythic though, because she's gone Boots Berserker Greaves. Huh? Okay, I don't get that myself. Like, Tristana goes Hella Blades, and she has attack speed stored on her Q. So you don't go Berserker Greaves, you build flat AD on Tristana early game, so you can one-shot them with your bomb, is my understanding. Okay, looking for a fight here. Yeah. Outlaw caught out immediately.
The Jarvan gets caught out, Jarvan gets one shot.
Chain CC to death. Escape. That's disgusting. So now so now NACL need to decide if they want to stay and like try and fight this without the Jarvan. He didn't even get his Cataclysm down, so he hasn't got damage down really either. You know, it's like if he'd have got caught, but at least got Cataclysm off, at least he'd have dealt some damage. They have a chance with all their ults to win the fight. But it looks like they're still going for it.
Doing for an engage. We are seeing the Orianna come out. Judgy Rock's in the middle of 3 people. Johnny nearly dead. The Orianna comes out with 3 people. Ornn goes in massive shockwave. The Ornn knock up catches 3 of them. We see the Cassante flashing on the Sivir in the back line. Doesn't have the damage, gets 1 shot. Wow. NACL just decimated them. There were 3 incredible ults from 2 incredible ults from the Ornn and the Orianna. The Vex was forced dead without really being able to put anything out.
I suppose that's what happens when you blow 2 ults to kill 1 jungler versus a team fight comp with all their ults up. Like,
you can see the thought behind it. They thought if they killed the jungler, the Drake would be free, but they just didn't account for the 4v, even the 4v5 potential of NACL. Monstrous, really monstrous.
Yeah, you got to give credit there to NACL for having like the gall to just go in and just do that and say, yeah, no, we win this 4v5, and we didn't need Jarvan to do any damage. He's a non-factor. We can do this. Like,
just start the W coming out on the melee minion. I thought he liked this.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think that's like a really good sign for NACL. This game 1, I'd say.
Definitely.
But they're looking now, Jamie. Don't have ult still, but
I have the CC.
Yeah,
Jamie paused the flash.
He was pretty out of position there. So the fact that he got away with his life at all, I think, is pretty good going.
I think that Scott might have held his CC too long. Because I think either way, I suppose Shield Twink was going to be forced to flash, but if Scott had managed to land a CC early, then he might be able to die. Hecarim goes in on Judgy Rocks in the back line. We're seeing the Tristana W come out, the Nautilus all going into Tristana, stopping her from getting the kill on the Sivir. Nautilus is going to die for 100%. Oh, maybe not. Hecarimalt comes out to kill the Nautilus.
Huge shockwave going down.
Backlot is decimated by the shockwave from the Orianna. Ornult comes out. Jamie probably going to die. Not quite. Hecarim dies to Ornn damage and the Sivir from the backline. Scott forced to run. But I feel like the movement speed from the Sivir is too much. Yeah. I mean, it's just a repeat, isn't it? I mean, the shockwave from the old Twink was absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
I think they overcommitted so much for the Nautilus. I think the Hecarimalt going into 4 people was... It just felt like they thought that fight out way too late.
That was a masterful, 100% intentional bait by Judgy Rocks there. And like...
Well, he did play it perfectly. He knew to ult the Sivir. He got rotated on by 4 people, but he managed to move in a way that he survived for long enough to account for his team being able to get there in time. We are seeing him in the top lane. Top lane, a weird place to be, I can't lie. I doubt Davis is going to die here, doesn't have the damage.
I don't know. I think he's getting locked up and chain CC'd. It is 2 of the champions in the game with like some of the most CC. I think if he pops his all out earlier there, he could get away. But I think because he held it so long, he didn't make the benefit of that CDR. He only really got 1 rotation of abilities off. But yeah, no, I do agree. Like, he did make the best of the situation bot lane. And also then MDiv just instantly using the ult as soon as I think it was Ornn and Orianna were on range. So just zoom them into the fight so they could turn it. That was really good. Okay, so E4 are now at a considerable disadvantage. They're like 5k, 4.5k down, somewhere thereabouts. They're down 2 dragons, and they might be losing a herald here. From the looks of things, they're not going to contest it if they know what's going on at all, which they do not. They might have an inkling, because no one's showing on the map, and it's the only objective, but they don't know for a fact.
Can't do anything about it.
Yep. And Hecarim was pathing away anyway. His top side is clear, so he's just going to opt to try and get some more farm, try and become a champion. Not quite sure when that's going to happen at this stage, but we'll have to see. And it looks like NACL looking...
Vexel comes out but misses.
Yeah, and so NACL looking to capitalize off of this second herald and get some pushing done right now while they're grouped.
Yeah, and knowing that Vex doesn't have ult is really big. Vex and Hecarim forced to take a very long route around, means that they don't have much they can't contest the wave being pushed here, and probably another Shelly charge coming out.
Yeah, this also works really well because it helps get them pressure for the dragon, as well as because the dragon wasn't spawned yet, it means that they have, like, there's nothing that E4 can go and trade with, really. They don't really have any hard split push champs. Outlaw may be caught again.
Jarvan EQ comes out, Ornult goes wide, hits nobody. The Hecarim is going on the Jarvan in the backline but forced to run, but the Cataclysm comes out, Hecarim forced to ult out. Ornn flashes on the backline, the E comes out, knocks up 2 people. Sivir damage from the backline, EQ onto the Tristana almost died, forced to flash away. Vex caught out in the backline, we're going to see a Jarvan EQ coming out in a second. Get them die for Tristana gets a kill, but Hecarim trades back. The Orianna is queued and ulted on by the Cassante and killed.
I think
Davis looking for more, maybe no.
I think NACL just gave us a team fighting masterclass and then split up.
Yeah, that was
like
definitely the worst play from NACL so far, but I think they might get away with it though. Wow, I mean the Cassante gets the WQ onto the Sivir, gets killed. Hecarim coming in, Cassante EQ not able to come out. Like, Nautilus is going to die to the Hecarim. Hecarim going to chase down the Jarvan. He's got the Ghost still running. Going to have his E up in a second. Going to have his gonna have lost Q stacks, but I don't think it'll matter. Jarvan Gordranker tries to survive, but I don't think it can happen because he Vex coming in with the CC kills going to Vex because they get TP.
Oh no, I do not like the look of this at all. They've got no ult. Oh no, they do have. Oh my! The shockwave goes wide and now Vex is ult.
We are seeing the CC coming out on both of them. Hecarim going onto the Orianna in the backline. Not able to kill us for too long. The Ornn isn't going to die either, I reckon. Well, I mean, I think NACL got a little bit too big for their boots.
Yeah, for sure. Like, they hard won that fight in the top quadrant to start with, and then they tried to split up because they were greedy to get too much, like from the single play. And they've ended up just chain-inting a bunch of kills, burning a bunch of suns, and losing Dragon for it. The gold lead
Yeah,
hasn't substantially changed. Like, it's 1k less now, maybe like 2k, but it's still like pretty big throw for them.
Yeah. I think the most dangerous fact though is the fact that gold all went on like Cassante and Hecarim, who are monstrous late game champions.
Yeah, I do agree. It's a little bit scary because Hecarim's just gone from, what was it, like 0 kills or something, or 2 kills?
He had 2
4.
kills, but
Okay, but it's still
he
like...
had 2 kills, 2 deaths, and I think 1 assist, and he's gone to 4 kills, 2 deaths, and 3 assists. So it's a really big deal. That's like 900 gold onto the Hecarim.
Yeah. And I feel like Jarvan damage is just not going to keep up at some point. Like,
No,
his team has
absolutely
plenty
not.
of damage to make up for it, and like he definitely has utility, but in terms of like...
I think the problem is that Jarvan was so good here until they started chain inting those kills, and now I just don't really know what happens next.
I think they still win. I think if they get a good 5v5,
Oh yeah,
they still win for sure.
Definitely not out of the running, but oh wow, the Cassandra ult comes out, knocking the Jarvan into their side of the map. The Cataclysm does come out, but doesn't really keep him anywhere. The Cassandra ult damage is coming out, but doesn't really do very much. NSAL burn 3 ults actually, for the price of 1.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 actually. Jana also had the ult.
Yeah, the thing is that means that now E4 can look for a fight or look to like use that pressure to get control of Baron Vision.
Yeah, and then remember though that arguably the 2 most important team fight ults are still up for NACL. The Ornell and the Orianna ult, if used well, could still win a 5v5.
I agree, but Jarvan's had to back and Ornn was showing bot side. They know Ornn has no TP from the Dragon. And the other thing is that E4 really want Vision here. Because if E4 have Vision priority on the Baron, then they can force NACL to face check them. Obviously, you know, Orianna can scout a Q, Jarvan with E. But at the same time, if they can make a pick happen by putting pressure on them by staying out of vision, like that's definitely like a win con to win a few fights like scrappily and then get back in the game and be able to like really force more plays.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, so we've got how long on Dragon? 2 minutes 30. Baron is up, so they're probably still going to be playing around Baron for a while. Kism's TP is coming back up. Davis's TP is already up. All the ults pretty much coming back up as well. So for the most part, it's like a full reset other than a few sums bot lane for the next fight. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
Vision wise, let's have a quick look. So E4, only some vision top side really. Their bot side and enemy is completely blank. And for NACL, they have a bit better vision control here. Some vision in enemy bot side jungle, vision on Baron as well. So they know a little bit more what's going on the map hopefully. But we can see now NACL bot lane is looking to make a play, and E4 probably have no idea this is happening other than the fact that the map is dark.
Cassandra gets caught out, the CC coming out from the Nautilus. Cassandra ults the Jarvan away, but can he escape? He can't. The Sivir ult comes out. The Sivir ult and the Jarvan ult come out. Well, he does get out with the flash.
E4 starting the Baron. Davis, excellent ult there, to be fair. Like, going through the wall to get away. That was really, really nice.
Very, very, very risky Baron play. I think they might have been forced to back off here. The Orianna going to try and keep Hecarim in the pit. He does with the shockwave. The Nautilus flash 2 comes out. The Hecarim is going to die. The Nautilus ult comes out. The Tristana in the backline. The Ornell is going to follow it up.
Did he miss? He missed the Ornell!
I mean, where did he even go?
Oh no!
Well, regardless, Janna forced a flash, and NACL or E4 have been stopped with their own gun here.
Yeah.
NACL going to look for the Baron. They do have the smite on the J4, and Hecarim is dead. So, yeah, there we go. Baron Nasher for NACL at 23-20 seconds. When they already have this much pressure mid lane, that is terrifying, really.
I don't know what they can do about that. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure what E4 can do about that. Especially now that the Ornn upgrades are going to start coming out now. They're going to snowball even harder. I mean, Sivir is just monstrously fed. Ornn is extremely strong as well.
This dragon should be free, and I believe that NACL already still had some remaining vision as well, so they're not going into this completely blind.
Hecarim goes, tries to catch out Momo's Evolute. Doesn't quite do it. The Jarvan EQ comes out, the Orianna Shockwave kills the Hecarim. The Jarvan Cataclysm goes in the both of the backline. They're forced to run away. The Jarvan EQ on both Tristana and David and the top laner Vex. Yeah.
Okay.
And
UNL go at it again. Pentakill. It's too easy, I guess. Alright. It's time to see if this feature works. We'll see. Maybe we get a replay. No promises. You won't be able to see it actually on stream, but
that's alright. I'll Orianna Shockwave kills the Hecarim. The Jarvan Cataclysm goes in the both of the backline.
It's working.
Oh, well. They're forced to run away. The Jarvan EQ on both Tristana and David and the top laner. Everyone saw the massacre anyway. I mean,
UNL go at it again.
Rough, you know?
Pentakill. It's too easy, I guess.
It's
time to see if this feature works. We'll see. Maybe we get a replay.
But it really feels like they can't do anything.
Okay, sorry, I agree. I see what happened. I agree. My bad. I had the sources the wrong way around. It's okay. He could hear Sam. They could hear Sam twice. Yeah, I know. You couldn't see the replay, but it was playing in the background. That's why. I've muted it now, though, so hopefully it's okay. I hope. Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry. Minor incident. I'll try and get the replay working. It's okay. Wibbly clipped it. It's all good. Just look at it that way. The old-fashioned way. Sorry about that, Sam, for interrupting you there.
Oh no, it's alright. I don't remember what I was saying.
I don't know. Probably something about the dragon and the fact that that was a disgusting fight.
I was saying that E4 are probably fucked. I just don't. I feel like they just have. They have too much. NACL's comp is so filthy good when they're ahead. Like, they have so much peel for the Sivir, but also so much damage for the team fight.
I think one misjudgment we made earlier was the fact that they seem to be, as long as they hold like 2-3 ults, they can pretty much just burn 2 of them, try something on, and then if it doesn't work out, who cares? Wait for the cooldown. They still have enough ults to fight.
And the Cassante, the Janet dies to the damage. Jarvan EQ on the Cassante in the backline kills Davis as well. Hecarim dies to all 4 of them. Davis dies to the Jarvan. I think that's GG.
Yeah.
Vex was bot lane. I don't know why Vex was bot lane. Not that it mattered, really. It's GG I think regardless, but well, I mean what a storm. That game felt like it was decided in one team fight at like minute 10 around the Drake when everyone was level 9. Yeah, GG.
Yeah, that was really well done. Other than that brief complete throw and stuff around.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Other than that, it was a perfectly played game. And then the Orianna. Okay, so I feel like I'm watching the same game as last game. No.
Yeah,
I like in terms of draw. I don't know if I should leave personal opinions out of this. I just don't know what E4 were banning. I really feel like they needed to get rid of the Jarvan, or they needed to get rid of the Sivir, and they got, yeah.
Okay.
NACL win by default. It doesn't even matter whether or not E4 have a bad comp or not. NACL wins by default. There's Shamrock Mouth fight.
Best skin in the game. Unironic.
Another 2 5 points, I assume. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be really happy if E4 give us a shock, but I don't see how this is going to work out for them. Okay, 5 gold traded to each side. Too easy. We'll see. Maybe one of the junglers will go back there with a sweeper. I don't think it's worth it since... I think it is worth it going back there with a sweeper. You can get your mid and your top laner to hit level 2 on the first wave, which might be nice. You know, gives them some extra security. And also then you're starting top side to clear top to bot, which is probably where you want to play around again. So,
although Hecarim hasn't done that. I think that Hecarim this game is really just going to be looking to farm his camps on cooldown. Like really, can he gank anything? Can he? No, he really can't, can he? Like, Malphite's going to Q and then run away. Literally just walk away. Like you were saying, Sivir spell shield, thresh W, and Orion's just gonna be really safe.
I think
It's gonna take an overextend.
yeah, they like NACL need to grief, and also E4 need to hit 6 and find like a good skirmish around mid or something.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
like post 6, I think that's how they do it, and they manage to like get a few kills and then snowball from there, and just keep really consistently good vision.
Where's Joe to ask me my opinions on Mundo? But we're already seeing the Mundo gameplay, pressing Q. Oh, there we go, he pressed Q again.
This is very intellectual gameplay. Malphite's gone for Grasp, so he'll have a little more sustain, but I don't know, I find like the poke build normally is a bit better with Comet, right? You just chill in lane.
Against Mundo though, a lot of health regen.
I suppose, yeah, probably doesn't do as well.
Honestly, I don't think it matters what rune Malphite takes here. His laning phase is so much worse than Mundo's here.
It's okay. Kesm's got those fancy feet. You know, he'll dodge.
But yeah, and the thing is that Malphite EQ onto the mid lane, but nothing connects. I think Malphite doesn't need to win lane. You know, he can just ult post level 6.
That's true. So it looks like Hecarim's full going towards top side. I don't know where he's going to get gank off. Maybe he'll try for something.
Realistically, I don't think he's going to be able to get a gank off here.
What we might want to see though is that Kesm actually gives up a little bit of farm here to make sure he doesn't get too low. He does not want to die. Hecarim's going mid anyway though. Could take a little bit overextended, but he should be able to keep his
red buff slow. Okay. The Ari Charm flash comes out, or around the force of flash.
That's flash for flash, so it's not really too bad for the Ariana. She's not too upset there. And the Hecarim
honestly,
skip to camp.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say that's beneficial for NACL. I feel like Ari's flash is probably more valuable than Oriana's before level 6, because Ari's flash is very important for picks with the E flash, which in case of ever a river skirmish.
Although
Jarvan gets bot scuttle, Hecarim
Pekka's
gets
coming
bot
for a repeat gank. Pekka's coming for a repeat gank. And
Oriana
only has
flash.
no flash. Work out? No, it's not. See on the middle map there, he's just backed off and got away with it.
Well, I was saying Malphite could win this, but oh well, kind of bad trade from
I think
Malphite there.
Yeah.
I think he
you
really
feel like you're winning and then you turn around and overtrade them.
Yeah, and then the Mundo's pressed W and has all of the damage he just dealt to him back.
Yeah. I think it's one of those ones where Malphite just needs to be really, really patient. Okay, nice try from Judge Rocks there, going for the hook. Not quite landing the best sentence, is what it is.
Ideally, Hecarim would be bot side right now, but he really can't be, and
Hecarim's, I think that hits him finishing his first clear properly, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jarvan's already onto his second clear now. He's somehow down farm, I don't know what's happened to it. Maybe he didn't, he might have not cleared his bot side actually, so never mind. Maybe I'm cruising. I think Jarvan skipped some of the bot side camps.
Yeah, no, Hecarim is definitely farming more than Jarvan is. Which needs to be the case. If that wasn't the case, it'd be really bad.
Again, Jarvan is more of an early game champion, but at the same time, with this kind of teamfight comp, I'm not sure he ever really falls off. He just builds tank and becomes useful.
Yeah, all he needs to do really is facilitate the Oriana ball getting into the middle of a couple people and the Malphite being able to ult someone.
Exactly. Jody Rock's back cancelled. That's probably pretty meaningless. Let's have a look at how much gold he's got. He's got 800, so it's not too bad, I suppose.
I mean, he'd be able to buy a Kindle gem, but he has so much health and mana that if he wasn't able to wriggle there, it wouldn't matter, but he does. E4 are going to look to push the bot wave in, potentially look for a back themselves, which makes sense, but I don't know why Jinx wasn't using her rockets if she was planning to do that.
Sivir's not going to miss anything, you know.
No, Sivir's not going to miss. She might miss a minion of XP, but nothing significant.
And actually, Jinx can't even afford the Noon Quiver here, so she's probably going to be behind.
Dabis misses the cannon minion, cancels the auto attack. That's the Shamrock Malphite coming through right there, I'm telling you.
That lucky charm. Cursing enemies around you with unluck. Yeah, no, so Jinx didn't even get Noon Quiver there. She backed with less gold. She's 18 CS down at 6 minutes. which
Yeah,
is
Jinx,
pretty horrific.
I think Jinx recalled with something like 1,200 gold, which is pretty unfortunate looking at the items she bought.
Yeah, not getting the Noon Quiver there just means Sivir is going to be so much stronger right now as well. And like, Sivir can probably just push waves in and just chill. Jarvan's looking for the early dragon because of it, because of the prior they now have as well.
Yeah.
From the like wave pushing into bot side, and then they can push it back out with the slow push and just dump it under the enemy tower.
Yeah, E4 bot lane can't do anything about it. I fear that E4's... Well...
The junglers haven't hit 6 yet. I think there's still everything to play for. But I agree, I think something needs to happen next 10 minutes or so. You know, like a significant something needs to happen next 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think there is a possibility though, which we haven't accounted for, where even though NAC have so much CC, they might just not have the damage to close out a team fight. If they don't have any gold on anyone in particular, too much gold on anyone in particular.
I think if Sivir just keeps scaling and stays on par with Jinx at the very least, they won't have any less damage to close out the team fight, or not much less.
Yeah.
And I mean, Sivir should never be dying in these fights with E flash.
Yeah, I mean the 30 CS gap in the ADC is dangerous to say the least. It's
First CS play, Ari roaming down again, looking for a play, but turning around.
Can't do anything.
Enemy bot lane dropped out of vision. She's not sure. Doesn't want to miss the wave.
Hecarim just been farming his camps. Malphite long mana. Not much to say there though. It's another Leaper top lane moment.
Jarvan's sneaking the Herald. I think he EQ'd over the wall, so I don't think they've got any vision of it either. So that's working out pretty well for them. And yeah. But now he's got to be a little bit careful here because they do actually know where he is. So, you know, needs to not get caught out.
Yeah, Hecarim is moving back up. Jarvan's going to EQ in. Hecarim is behind him. Mundo is probably going to pop. Mundo has popped the ultimate. The Hecarim's coming in, has his ult. So 2 flashes. I honestly would have thought. I would have thought Hecarim would have ulted on the Jarvan there. I think he definitely could have killed him.
I mean, the Jarvan ulted, which would have made him unstoppable, right? And then on top of that, after he's unstoppable, he instantly flashed out. So I'm not sure he was catchable really. Yeah.
I mean, after the Jarvan ult came out, like.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
After he'd flashed into the, I think that he was so low that an ult into an auto Q would have killed him from the Hecarim. But oh well, I mean,
there wasn't any risk of a Malphite ult because Malphite was Zoom.
No, there wasn't. Malphite had no mana. Neither of them had flash. I really think that was a kill there, but oh well.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty big overextension from MoW. Like, you know, got the dragon, has no mid or top prio, and just decides to flip a trade onto a Mundo that he definitely can't kill on his own after taking the Herald. And then, like,
I'm not.
No reason for that play to lose 2 flashes.
He also just didn't. Yeah, he also just didn't really seem to account for the fact that he didn't know whether or not they had vision.
Should be fine. Has all.
Yeah, I think. That looks funny, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Man, such boring games. Can someone do 0-0 at 10 minutes? Like, how lame is that? I literally told these people to int more. They've done nothing.
Griefing. Absolute griefing.
They're actually griefing UNL, bro. Who cares about winning your games? Make the stream fun. Give the casters a good time.
Has McCarley next game or what?
Yeah, we better see it, bro.
0-10 or 10-0, 10 minutes. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Nothing in between.
First turret. I mean, can we check out the gold? Because I imagine Sivir must be really ahead of the Jinx right now.
Oh, no, sure. Sorry, my mouse is briefing.
Yeah, 800 gold difference in the ADC at 10 minutes. That is monstrous.
It's a little bit disgusting. And even in the support, there's like a 1k gold difference, I guess, from plate gold shares and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's already like a 1.2k gold lead. For
the fact there's been
ACL, nothing happened.
There's a 1.2k gold lead. There are Drake up. Thresh Q lands. And that's a kill for the Sivir, right? That's a kill for the Sivir. That 800 gold lead just became 1k. It's just so scary. Yeah, I mean, Sivir and Orianna had to come out, but I don't think it matters. Jinx caught out, Thresh Q lands, it's a death sentence, kill goes to the Sivir.
Oh no.
Sivir already goes up, Davis does get a kill on Kevin top lane.
Kevzin's ult was 1 second off cooldown. He probably thought he's okay to risk it and walk up for that. My ult will be off cooldown, and then just underestimates the damage a little bit.
Yeah, but I feel like we're just gonna see the Mundo get shredded to pieces by the Sivir late game.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
we said like maybe NACL can't close it. You know, you said if they don't have the damage on the Sivir, this is the only consistent DPS. That's not an issue.
In the last 2 minutes, that's become a non-issue. Yeah, I just can't believe Sivir got through again. And not only that, but when she did get through, they didn't really do anything about it. You know, Hecarim was topside when NACL's bot side was out of turret. It's not even like Thresh was playing Lantern, like 5 meters behind. He was there.
The 2 champions they took away from the last game was the Ornn, who was cancelling ults and not landing R2s. Was useful, don't get me wrong, but was not like the deciding factor. And the Nautilus, who again was only really CCing the ADC. Don't get me wrong, it was useful, but at the same time, it's not exactly the 2 like highest impact players from the last game. I would say they're the 2 lowest impact players of the last game, and they're the ones that they chose to ban. And like, they got the rest of the team's draft, and they got the same team comp in essence with slightly different champions. I think it's a bit of a draft failure here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it just felt like you were watching the same draft play out, you know.
Yeah.
And then not only but then that would be fine if they then accounted for it, but then they didn't. They played the same as well. It just means they're at such a disadvantage. They're at a 1.5k gold lead. Which, while it doesn't sound like that much, so much of that gold is on the Sivir that it does really matter. That's half an item.
It's okay. E4 are playing for the Jinx R buff, which happened recently. Elder Steal. They'll steal Elder after NACL secures 4 dragons with the Jinx R.
And then Jinx gets a pentakill.
And then they end the game. Simple. What does the gold lead matter if you execute people from like, what is it, 25% health? Something like that.
True.
It's all calculated.
He was gonna hit neither of them with his Q, and they both stopped their base.
And Mundo doing Mundo things, just walking in fair, like, yep, I'll heal this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Mundo should be really strong here, and he will be, but I just don't think it'll matter up against the Lethal Tempo Kraken Slayer Sivir, who you'll never be able to get on, because Jarvan is just gonna ult this Mundo every single fight. If he can. E4 are looking for the Herald. We see the Thresh Q landing on Jaina Proudmoore. Cataclysm comes out, Ignite is dealing damage, but the Jaina Q saves him. The Thresh Q comes out again. Cancels an attack on the Ahri that would have killed her. Ahri lives. Hecarim Ghost comes out. He's going on the Billy Rocks, but Momo Devil is on E4's backline. Jinx stacks leads the Tempest. The Rocket's coming out. The ult kills Jarvan. The Malphite ult comes out very late onto the backline. Hecarim is killing the Orianna in the backline. Judgy Rocks is... What the hell just happened?
I think they just let the Mundo vibe on their backline, while the jungle and support just hard overcommitted, as well as the Malphite.
What just happened? What?
I don't know. I think that was just again another greed. I think it's another enemy jungle quadrant greed.
Did you see how all of NACL's ults were just one after the other? And Mundo, like, there was no coordination, and Mundo was just left on the backline. Ares played it incredibly, I've got to say. Ares was doing CC in all the right places at all the right times.
Yeah.
Jinx got 2 kills. Mundo, I was saying Mundo wouldn't be strong, but here we are.
Yeah, maybe the Dabis Mundo just hits different. We've just got to see what happens, I suppose. But there you go.
it was even a choke point. It should have been so perfect for NACL, but their coordination was just so off.
Well, they were really like the thing is that I think that Oriana invested the TP for that play when the play was already over when you kind of chunked the R, you know, and like that should have just given you the Herald. If they'd have just turned around, gone for the Herald, Mundo couldn't have walked in because they'd have just focused in down. But instead, they tried to walk in the enemy jungle and clean up the kills, and I think that's where the sort of mistake came from. Because, and so instead they just lost their...
Malphite Q movements used to go around the Ari forced to ult away.
Yep. Oriana's still just chilling mid, able to clear the wave. Shouldn't be a problem. They shouldn't be too worried about the tower going down right now. They're just posturing around Dragon. Dragon's up in 10 seconds. It's Mountain sold this game, so definitely high priority to get those dragons.
Echo running in.
Okay, Malphite
Threshold River on the backline on the Davis. Malphite ult comes out, but he's not going to get anything out of it by himself. But Dab is getting focused down. Jarvan EQ coming out. Ult onto the 3 fuel, but doesn't matter. Malphite is going to die. Too much damage from the Jinx.
Big shot.
Oriana ult comes out, hits 2 people. Kill. Jinx is dead. Janet ulting still. Oriana damage still coming out, but it's not very much. Dab is walking in, kills the Oriana. He's going to kill the Thresh. Sivir trying to do damage from the backline, but Mundo goes where he fucking pleases. Not quite as much of a stomp, but
Mundo's looking pretty disgusting. Like, it looked like he was out of the fight, and then he just sat back for 2 seconds and then just came back with full HP again. It's
yeah,
a little bit disgusting.
Davis and Scott have played all of these fights incredibly.
As much as the Malphite ult and the Jarvan ult definitely delayed E4 from coming in, it did kind of just feel like they were just sort of blown, and other than slowing people down a little bit, it didn't really do a lot.
I actually do think we saw a case there where NACL didn't have enough damage. Like they just weren't able to kill anyone.
You might be right.
Malphite TP comes in, but nothing comes out of it.
I think Sivid's still got plenty of weight to scale though. So we'll have to see
yeah,
what
but
happens.
so does Jinx, you know, and I feel like I feel like this. Oh, we see the Malphite ult comes out the Jinx in the backline.
Yep.
The Mundo TP is coming in, but the Jinx does die to the Oriana ult. Hecarim being kept in the Cataclysm. The Thresh is by himself gonna die. NACL forced to back off. 2 for 2, but it looks like E4 are going to be given Drake.
Okay. It seems we were completely wrong about the drop. They seem to be pulling it off. Mundo is in fact the difference apparently.
I feel like it should have been fine for NACL. I just think they just played a team fight so poorly. But because they've hedged all their bets on their team fight, it just... If it goes wrong, like, what do they even have?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the late game is still there. I think, like, we saw in that scenario there, Jinx wasn't allowed to do anything. And Ari's damage is going to fall off in terms of in a team fight. But I just don't know how they're going to deal with the Mundo.
Yeah, I think...
I should say though,
NACL should have never been in this situation to begin with, I think, and then it would have been better. But now that they're in the situation, I think it's going to be really hard to get out.
Yeah, I think it should just be said though, E4 have just played this game really well.
That's
all of their players have played this game extraordinarily.
For sure.
I still think their draft was wrong, but I think they've gotten away with it by just playing all of their champs to perfection.
That's certainly true, to be fair. And maybe they're just picking comfort. Maybe they're just like, screw it, we enjoy these champs, so we'll probably enjoy playing them, and like maybe...
To be honest, all of their picks are fine. I think it's just, in theory, I think the Jarvan and Sivir should never have been let through. But they are doing a good job of putting both of those characters down. Well, maybe not the Sivir. Jarvan hasn't been able to do very much this game though. Yeah.
And again, Orianna is still sort of yet to get off the ground. In terms of like scaling and dealing a lot of damage. And when she scales as well, that will definitely help.
I still think that NACL can win fights. It just has to. I think like as much as it sounds like something that like shouldn't happen very often, they just need like an Oriel into a Malphite ult, like a wombo combo. Like they actually just need something like that to wrap up the fight as quickly as possible. Because Mundo just does so much more than Malphite over the length of a fight. And it's not as much of a case where Vex unloads all of her damage at the start. Ari doesn't have to do that. Ari has a lot of damage over a sustained fight, especially with the Liandry's and the Cosmic Drive CDR. And Orianna just can't really keep... Orianna is probably on par with that, but it's not a gap that there was last game with Orianna and a Vex. So...
I think...
The team fight dynamic has definitely changed.
Yeah, for sure. It almost seems like they could use Sivir ult to disengage on the side of an ACL. Like, get a pick with their other ults, and then use the Sivir ult to disengage, and then they just win like a short fight. And Mundo doesn't really get to do the whole walking over the team fight thing. That seems like something they could do. So almost they play their comp like a pick comp kind of. It does sound a bit scuffed, but it might be like might work better for them. I don't know. Yeah. So what did E4 do to like close out this game? I guess continue to like just secure the objectives, continue to apply pressure, and look for extended fights. I suppose.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. Mundo just needs to stay with the team and be a brick wall.
Yeah, definitely. Jinx is just gonna farm up. In the meantime, they've got the safeguard of a very fed Ahri.
Yeah, they shouldn't be having any problems in terms of damage or like scaling at all at the moment. And like, feels like they have just everything they need at the moment. So they should just, I suppose, secure objectives to just look to sustain it, get a lead, and secure vision control, kind of thing. And they got the 3 sweepers that will definitely be helpful with securing that like vision denial.
Yeah.
Yeah. NACL about 5k gold down. What's the gold difference between the ADCs now? It's neck and neck. The like 1k gold diff has just completely disappeared from the ADCs. Even though
even ahead.
Yeah. And mid lane there is a 1.7k gold diff. Jungle is a 700 gold diff, 600 gold diff, somewhere about there. And top is a 3k deficit. That is really rough.
I mean the Mundo is incredibly strong. It's
Thresh is up 1k gold though. Thresh absolutely smells.
Thresh. Yeah, Thresh will carry.
True. Just wait. He's gonna back. He's gonna buy his Gale Force IE, and you're gonna see him go crazy.
I think Mundo walking up, seeing the Gisharelli as Battle Funk come out.
Thresh Lantern power really coming in clutch there though.
Yeah.
But now they've been sort of forced off the dragon. Like, I feel like E4 could just turn around and go and grab the dragon now. Jarvan's forced towards top side. Okay. And it looks like that's what.
Yeah.
They might try and flip the Baron here. Seems pretty risky. I think they're too late. Yeah, they're sending team members. Well, oh no, they're just trapping. They're just trapping. This is good.
Yeah, but it's the Mundo. I don't think they're unloading so much on the Mundo. I don't think they're gonna be able to kill him. Judgy Rock's almost dead. Hecarim Rock comes out on 3 people. Clutch damage undeniable. Malphite ult coming out on the Hecarim. Hecarim is about to die, but the Malphite died first. Jinx getting the kills. Ahri getting the resets. Stomp. Yeah. The trap might have worked if it wasn't a Mundo.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't get vision over the other side of that, like the thick mid wall, like to see the Ahri. Because if they see the Ahri there, they can go for the hook on her instead. And like while she might like live, they definitely chunk her out and force her ult out. You know, and then they can look to actually secure maybe the Baron. Because the Ahri is so much of power, but never mind. Really well played from the side of E4, dedicating some people up there and making sure Davis goes first. You know.
Yeah, and even among all of that, they've still got the Drake as well.
Yeah.
It's
Left just enough people to finish it and then run up. And I suppose Jinx gets excited, right, when she gets the dragon. So then she can just sprint away up to the mid lane. So that worked really well from there as well. For a moment
Look how we're gonna see.
Oh, go on.
No, you can talk, it's fine.
Oh, just saying, for a moment there, it looked like, you know, MDev was really shredding people. And then all of a sudden, yeah, the damage kind of ran out. I guess the boomerang blade ran out. And, you know, the shockwave had gone off and that kind of thing. And for a moment there, it looked like they might be able to close it out, but at least to me, but maybe that's just me misjudging.
I mean, they killed the heck. This is what I mean. They just don't have any damage. Like they used everything on the Mundo and he didn't die. Then they used everything on the Hecarim and he did die, but they used everything on the Hecarim. And by that point, that they couldn't do anything about the Jinx and the Ahri that was running over their team. Yeah, Sivir had stacked up the lethal tempo, but like what happens when she gets pressured out of the fight?
Yeah.
I think E4 got a lead through some very skilled play, and then now the skill has shifted to pushing that lead as hard as they can, and they've done it perfectly. Objective play has been perfect. Like they had to give up 2 dragons at the start because they knew when they won ahead, NACL's team fight was a lot stronger. But now they don't have to have that care.
They kind of like the skill is getting their comp to the lead, and now that they're ahead, comp almost plays itself.
Yeah, it feels like it. They do. I don't know. I think they still need to be careful to an extent. But yeah.
Okay. Neither team really like wants to force this issue of the Baron, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary when you get on that as well. Like E4 would basically be lining themselves up all in the pit to be killed by a wombo combo.
If the Ahri and Jinx are caught out, it's still really bad for E4. Mundo is a brick wall, but a brick wall isn't helpful without artillery behind it. Even if he does do a lot of fucking damage. I want to see him get a Heartsteel stack, see how much he does.
Probably a disgusting amount. And I don't think that NACL are at all in a position to look for this Baron. No way.
No, absolutely not.
Rajirock's looking for a play. Charm goes wide, so... Oh, and that's half his health from the kill.
What? Jarvan took a while to leave that. Yeah, E4 posturing for Baron. I wouldn't say that, bro. You ever seen Jarvan's cooldowns, dude? They barely exist. They are looking for Baron now.
Civi's in base though. This is not really ideal for
them. Yeah, Civi's in base.
And Malphite's not there either, not TPing in. So I think they're just going to go for the steal.
Yeah, and they still really can't do much about it apart from a steal, but they are managing to stall it out. The Ahri goes in with a charm. Rajirock instantly dies. Mundo's walking in the back line. Ahri's ult still up, got 2 charges on it. Civi's just getting run down by the Mundo. Jarvan ult comes out on 2 people. Jinx does get the kill on the Jarvan, gets a kill on the Malphite. Yeah.
Sivir just does no damage. And meanwhile, Jarvan just walked for a wall there. That was very interesting. There's just some, I guess, weird replay stuff going on. But yeah. It was a little bit disgusting to watch, actually.
Yeah, and then Orion died as well.
I think when Sivir and Malphite weren't there, and you don't have like TP on Malphite or something, just immediately called in. You have
Sivir is taking the Drake. Camera doesn't feel like showing us that.
Yeah,
but...
1 minute, I'll pan it over.
That was pretty weird.
Got it. Okay.
Hey, I mean, maybe the Mountain Soul or something. Malphite, Mountain Soul.
Mountain Soul would be pretty good for them, right? Because a lot of their, like, it just makes them more durable, so it takes longer to kill them. Also
Definitely.
means that, like, the sustained fights, Jinx is going to have a little bit less of a damage edge. Not loads, but a little bit. And also,
yeah, I've got to say,
the Ahri pick is going to be weakened, and the Hecarim.
Yeah, true. I've got to say, the Mundo pick was much better than I ever thought to give it credit for.
Yeah, for sure.
like so much of their team is just locking someone down, but the Mundo is impossible to lock down. And then if you just looked at Mundo in the last fight, you'd see that all he did was just fucking walk at Sivir, and she could do nothing about it.
She arrived late, didn't get any damage in. Then by that point, all Mundo needed to do was walk at her, and she couldn't do anything. Yeah, is what it is. Okay. Making good use of this barrier. Splitting the pressure. Ahri's pushing bot, and there's no way that Orianna can hold. Too much risk of Ahri just turning around with ulting and one-shotting, I feel like.
Yeah, we do.
Rush
I think
going
we're going to
in
the
on the
bot right
Mundo?
this bit. Rush goes in on the Mundo, but like, yeah.
Oh, misses.
Oh, misses it. I'm not sure we've done anything about hand hit, to be fair.
No, I don't think so. Other than bait their team.
Yeah. So NACL have now lost 2 of their outer base turrets. And an inhibitor. Mundo's there, headbutting it to pieces.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna lose points.
Entire team can't really do anything about it. They're getting another inhib as well.
Yeah, and now they've got Prio in both these lanes and Baron. Jinx and Janna are just gonna clear the top wave and clear that. And if they go top, Mundo and Ahri just push down Nexus towers, no? Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, they can just walk up to these. It's not like Civic can kill Mundo. I've seen it before. Look at that demolish damage. That is disgusting.
Threshold comes out for nothing. Thresh Q goes wide. Got doing a lot of damage. The second Nexus turret falls. Baron minions coming in from 2 lanes at once. Shockwave comes out in the backline, the Malphite all follows up, but they don't have enough damage to kill anyone. Jinx getting her Lethal Timber stacked up.
Yeah, damn.
Yep. GG. What a complete dump from E4.
Yeah.
Wow.
One fight went different, and they just took it from there and completely controlled the rest of the game.
Okay, so I made Caitlyn AD. Okay. Wow. This one really threw me off. Completely different game to the last ones, I feel like.
Nidalee jungle for Momo Devil League. Outlaw back on his old comfort. He's like played this champion for a very long time. Probably longer than you've been alive, Sam. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how it goes. Ruby Crystal start for Maokai. I guess that's because he gets more health from his passive. Then I'm assuming that's what that is. And we'll have to see how it goes. I forgot to switch to objective time, like the tournament draft. Tournament esports time, that's the word they're called. But oh well, I'll do it later.
Oh.
Sidestepping the queue. Too bad. Scott's all warmed up and ready to play. Okay. Running out of tea. The real despair time, but it is what it is. I guess we'll have to manage without the tea. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. We could see some really goofy pathing from Nidalee. If Outlaw thinks that he beats Jarvan in the jungle, we could see some really like weird invade paths. Because I know like Nidalee used to do things like going like your buff straight to the enemy's opposite side of the map buff kind of thing. Take it, then wait for the enemy jungler at their like Raptors. Raptors, especially it would be in this case. But the other question is, are they going to know where they're starting? It looks like the E4 bot lane are fake leashing, which means the Outlaw might not have that information. So he might assume something, try and invade, flip it, and go wrong. But it looks like he's going to go for his Crocs to start with, so no invade just yet.
Yeah, and Jarvan looks like he's going to try and do a 3 camp into bot.
Maybe he's worried about the invade, so he's just looking to secure his blue buff kind of thing. And the 3 camp isn't exactly bad for Jarvan if he gets level 3 off of it and can just gank.
No, definitely not. He might actually look for a gank mid instead of bot.
Maybe. I suppose Radiant Soul is pretty immobile, but he also doesn't need to get really that close because he's Q, DCS for the most part. But he's caught by the Swains E, so...
Well, a lot of damage, but Aurelion is very good at just someone's unloaded their abilities, doing a lot of damage back, so it's still a pretty even trade.
Yeah. One thing to note is that if Caitlyn gets a lead early, Kai'Sa's life will just be miserable. Like, not play the game at all miserable for like the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Ridley just going for a full clear. Meanwhile, Jarvan getting vision of the enemy Raptors and maybe looking for a play mid. Let's see. Nautilus is walking up river, just getting some vision. Sure.
This is...
No way.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of bad for Jarvan. He's his jungle timers are gonna be really weird now that he's gone from top to bot back up to top side after not being able to make anything happen bot side. I guess he probably was scared of the Nidalee invade. I think you're right in saying that's what happened. He didn't even really seem to look for a gank.
Yeah.
Oh, bonk.
He just tried to find out what's going on with Nidalee. But this also means that Nidalee's now a scuttle up and a bunch of camps and goes in. Why is the camera not panning to Nidalee? What's... Okay. Well, Jarvan's half health, managed to get away with the EQ, it looks like. And yeah, so that's what's going on. Meanwhile, top lane, they're trading. Ornn's using mana to pressure the Dabbis under his tower, but I'm not sure it's going to amount to anything really. Nidalee looking for a play mid possibly here. They're going up, and the camera is again not panning. Right, grief in this game, I guess, is what it is. Basically, both mid laners just trade, and Nidalee's going to double camp. So she's gotten 6 camps plus both scuttles here. Meanwhile, Jarvan has secured just his 6 camps. And it looks like it's one Nidalee's taxed a little bit. So
remember to switch back to direct to cam.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry, camera is just griefing a little bit, but it's what it is. Yeah, no, Jarvan definitely could not match up to Nidalee there, but I'm not even convinced that that was just a champion diff, it was just levels. Nidalee
yeah, I
level
mean,
5 already.
Jarvan is in a very bad spot here. He's
gonna be late if there's a play there.
He's behind in XP and gold. Judgy Rock is walking up looking for a Q. He does land the Q.
Kai'Sa's behind the wave,
but very low. Getting one shot by the Caitlyn. Caitlyn kills him. Wow, I mean, I think Nautilus went in way too early there.
I think it wasn't too early. I think he just shouldn't have gone in at all because the wave was too huge. Like, he just walked past the whole wave,
yeah.
but Kai'Sa couldn't.
Yeah, true. But even if he's made that decision, at least wait for the Nidalee to turn up, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I'm gonna say, it looked a lot like intentional feeding. Not that it was.
Pretty suspect. Pretty suspect.
It was just a pretty suspect play.
Yeah, it's like he could have maybe played around the alcove a bit more, like pretending he was just looking for a hook rather than actually just walking up and going straight for the hook, and, like praying that his Kai'Sa would just drop 8 minions. Basically.
Yeah. But
he's caught again.
Judgy Rocks has been caught out again.
It's looking not great, but Nidalee's in there.
Gets healed by the Nidalee. Nidalee healed, but the Swain flash ults in. He's gonna die to the Swain
They
ult
just have
damage.
to get out of here now.
Nidalee is still in the Swain ult. It's still going on. Top lane, little top lane skirmish there. Nothing else comes out of it, but Judgy Rocks died twice in like a minute.
Kai'Sa did get the wave into bot lane and is up again, like 10 CS. Like, I don't quite know how this is happening, like the CS deficits. It might not matter because Caitlyn obviously got the first blood kill, you know, but Caitlyn will be down at least a little bit of XP, so it could be worse for NACL. They're also picking up the first Drake now after sort of pressuring the Nidalee there, with Judgy Rocks getting randomly caught out for a second time. Yeah. But, so, now Jarvan's losing some of his top side. And Outlaw can just back here and do another full clear, you know, after clearing this top cards. And he's barely wasting any time, keeping on clearing, getting stuff down.
One ult comes out. Does actually hit the Nidalee ult. Nidalee Q goes wide. The Maokai ult. He just needed to get vision. I'm not sure.
I think that Maokai ult was just to guarantee that if Nidalee did choose to dive him, Nidalee gets rooted under the tower and Maokai can trade back.
True.
I think that, like, if he goes 1-for-1 with Nidalee, that's kind of fine. It's not great, but at the same time, with his team getting stuff done bot side, it's also perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, like, Ice are just pushing in waves. Getting a plate here. So the gold should be evening out. Yeah, it's pretty much even between Kai'Sa and Caitlyn. Although Kai'Sa does need to make a recall first before she's on top.
Yeah.
Ornn just
Great coming out from Ornn onto the Maokai. It doesn't really have enough damage though. By the time he can do that again, Dabis will have just healed all up again. Judgy rocks. Maybe out of position, the Jarvan EQ comes out, but goes wide, the Nautilus Q goes onto the Janna, but doesn't hit anything. The Cataclysm comes out, traps the Nautilus, guaranteed dead. Diddly Spear doesn't quite connect. Another kill for Caitlyn. Aurelion hiding in the bush, trying to camp the Swain, but Swain does have ulti. A lot of damage coming out though. The Aurelion ult comes out, the Nidalee Q does just go wide, but the Swain dies. I think he fucked around for too long there. He shouldn't have walked that way back to his lane. Aurelion has a lot to catch him out.
feels like, I don't know, maybe the pressure's getting to Judgy a little bit. He just seems to be trying to force stuff way too hard and just walking into places he just shouldn't be at the moment.
Yeah. Well, a kill on Aurelion at this stage in the game is very good. Might sort of mitigate the damage a little bit.
They definitely have the silver lining.
Oh,
Ornn has ult here. I think he kills. No?
I think on his next ability rotation, if Dabis is still up as far as he is, but no, he's gonna back off. I don't think
passive max health stats,
right? Yeah,
I think
maybe.
He kills there. He also has so much health, he could have just sent it.
Well, he probably doesn't really need to though. Like we've got the Nidalee now coming.
It's definitely
yeah.
better for Nidalee to pick up the kill. That's a fair way.
Jarvan EQ goes in but doesn't connect.
Right. He doesn't have Cataclysm up or Flash, so no way to catch that really.
Swain is still stepping up there.
Swain might be able to catch the
Oh my god, dude, the Caitlyn poke damage is so insane.
Gotten her lead, and now she's using it. No power trough for this Caitlyn.
Oh, Aurelion tanks 2 turret shots. It's gonna be very low after that, and Jarvan is there with the Cataclysm. But he does have vision. Aurelion's gonna back up very far, recall.
Doesn't have TP, so he's actually gonna lose probably a fair bit of his wave. Oh wait, no, he's staying.
Oh, no, he's actually staying.
A brave maneuver. But I guess he does have plenty of range, as long as he stays respectful. Oh no, that is not ideal. Holds on to his flash though. You know,
yeah, but the problem now is that now he should have just recalled there, because now he has to recall now, but now he's just gonna miss even more than he would have.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that really is a top lane trade right there. I think he might have done 10 damage. Oh my god, look at that. Holy. There's no way Dabis will heal that up with 3 passives, right?
No way. Okay, Jarvan's maybe looking for a dive bot, but they've got vision. They should know this is happening. Nidalee's on the way.
Yeah, Aurelion and Nidalee both moving down this side.
Swain moving also. So, like, this could be just a 4v4 that breaks out. Depends if they're interested in going for it. Okay. Momo double
EQ goes onto the Nidalee, but doesn't. The Cataclysm on the Nidalee and the Swain. Okay. Nautilus ulting the Swain to keep him out of the fight. Aurelion Wing and getting Q and doing the Swain.
Judgy Rock's using his entire being to be bait. Not quite dying. But now they should have a decent position for the dragon. Ares chunked out. They've got no Swainar. My bad, I've forgotten what it's called.
Caitlyn might be caught out here.
Caitlyn's forced to flash. Just turn around, please. I think you can take the dragon now. Probably. They don't have any like teamfight ults left, right? I'm pretty sure they can. They're insisting on making this play.
Aurelion going over with the E.
Okay. And Jarvan's hanging around as well. Yeah. Now they're going for the dragon. Jarvan's going to farm probably just his camps. He's got plenty of camps up to do. Something to keep him occupied. In the meantime, keep himself getting stronger. Looks like they're giving this dragon. Or even if they do try and contest it, I think they're going to be too late. He might be able to pick up some kills then. It's definitely in the cards. Judgy Rock's walking forwards and dying. Momo double looks.
If they can stop the Kaiser recall here, it could be a kill. They don't.
I don't think they know it's going on. Yeah, this Caitlyn's looking a little bit scary. But on the flip side, you know, the rest of NACL seem to be doing pretty well as well. Drake's even. It's Infernal Soul. Not sure quite who that favors.
I'd say it definitely favors NACL if they were to get it.
I guess they have more poke, right?
Although Infernal with Caitlyn is very strong. I think it's
poke, so it's pretty even. I think.
Yeah.
Nothing major either way, like other than the fact that one of them has it and one doesn't.
You want to Q them, Ganna Q, all the slows are going on.
Oh.
EQ onto the Kai'Sa, the exhaust comes out from Ganna. Norse's Q goes out onto the Caitlyn. Kai'Sa ult goes in. Nidalee spear doesn't quite connect with the Kai'Sa. Caitlyn gets one shot. Wow.
Damage, disgusting.
Disgusting damage, yeah, from the Nidalee. And the Kai'Sa passive procced.
Yeah, uses the mark on Janna to get onto the Caitlyn, and then just turns around onto her.
We're seeing a dive come out. Judgy rocks tanks at first. He survives the turret shot, and Nidalee gets the kill. Wow, they really turned that around in favor of NACL there.
Yep. Outlaw's classic champion, clearly showing he has a lot of comfort on this champ. You know, knows the limits and making the most of it.
Took a bit of a note from. Took a bit of a note from E4. It's play what you're good at. Man, these really are top lane fights, huh?
Yeah. These two tanks, they're gonna have so many grass procs. They're gonna both have 1,000,000 HP by the end of the game. Ornn takes no damage and Maokai just heals it up. We are seeing the Radiant Virtue coming out from Maokai as well. No, Ornn, sorry. So he's going to be looking to support his team with that, keep them alive a little bit, which maybe helps because they're a little bit on the squishier side, I think, versus E4. Yeah. Not much, but like specifically like their Nidalee and Ice, like they're going to be more in their face, so they're going to be taking more damage. I feel like.
Oh, little Caitlyn combo there.
Price Radiant lives there. Nidalee's in. Looking with the... Oh no, not again!
No,
I can't.
It's the incident yet again, bro.
Peasant win trading is what it is. That looked so free.
It looked massive. They were all in a line. It would have been a... Oh well.
Nidalee's so fed as well with stopwatch. Like, if you would have just gone in there, one-shot someone, stopwatch, team comes in, wipe the floor. Oh, it should have been so good for E4. No, NACL stuff.
When Nidalee turns into her cougar form, does she just sometimes go meow? Does she just do that?
I have no idea.
Is that really the best voice I think come up with?
Her voice lines have been changed like somewhat recently.
Yeah, I know. Does she just go meow? Like what? Wow, they really tried their best with that one.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Right, just ruining champs as usual is what it is. It's okay. To be fair, no, for the most part they do a decent job. I just like complaining. I don't like change either, so it is what it is. Still use the legacy cursor. It's a classic and everyone on stream can see it. It's the best cursor. There is no objectiveness. There is no like opinion needed. It's just objectively the best.
True.
Okay. Sorry. Back to playing for the dragon. I would expect.
Right. Yeah. League of Legends.
Okay. Nidalee's sort of looking for a flank angle here. It could work out very well for them. There's a big chunk.
Nidalee spear does land on the Swain. Another spear comes out, lands on the Caitlyn. Hard held for Caitlyn.
Okay, they're sending.
The Ornalt comes out. The Ornalt dies. He hits it, but it goes in. It threads the needle between 3 different people.
It's okay. Next one, he hits it.
Momo Devil is caught out. The Aurelian ult is coming out though. Hits 3 people. Massive knock up. The Swain dives. The Kaiser ulted in too far. Gets killed by the Cataclysms. The Aurelian Q coming out, killing someone. The Aurelian W reset's going to kill Blaziken as well. In the back line, we're seeing Ornn testing the Maokai and the Jarvan, but none of them do any damage. I imagine they were all just tickling each other. Couple of crazy spears from the Nidalee. I would actually say that could have been a 3 for 0. I don't think Kaiser quite needed to ult in the way he did. Seeing Judgy Rocks walk out with a Nautilus Q in mind. Nidalee going in for the kill.
I think it's just a bit of like delay on the replay, but I'm assuming that the CC went down and the EQ buffered it. That was
yeah.
That was really well played. I think really nice use of the stopwatch from the Nidalee to stall out that.
Yeah.
Maybe they bit up a bit more they can chew though, like greeding for the jungle and then going for the dragon. So now it's a flip again. Although there's no smite available for the Jarvan, but I'm not sure that NACL will know that.
Yeah, there are all 5 of them there for 5v4. One's taking a lot of damage. The Swain ult comes out, they're all trapped in the pit. Nidalee does get the Drake, but the Ornn dies, the Nidalee dies, the Nautilus dies, the Aurelian dies.
I think they greeded a little too hard. I think if they hadn't done that jungle in the top side and just got on with the dragon, they could have got out safely.
Wow, that was just 2 massive griefs from both teams, one after the other.
Yep.
I cannot believe the Nidalee and the Nautilus went to go invade the Jarvan. That was really weird.
Yeah, I think to be fair, E4 wasn't really E4 didn't really greed massively. They did just get hit by some spears and got out combo. NACL did just play it nicely. And E4 I didn't think played that badly. But E4 definitely also played it really well, going for the tactic on knowing actually no, they stayed too long. We can punish this and go take the dragon. It's not gone. And then they get the Baron for it as well. Like Momo Devil should not pick up anything here. So they just get a Baron, 5 for 0, get the dragon on the table. It's a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
To be honest. That gold swing should just never have happened.
I mean I can't believe what just happened. The game looked so NACL favored for a second there.
NACL do not want to win.
No.
It is what it is.
Well now they've got this fucking enormous Caitlyn to try and contend with. But I'm not sure how they'll do it really. I guess they need an Aurelian ult on the back line. Aurelian is still scaling. Doesn't have a rower, but he does have the Seraph about to complete. Nautilus kind of caught out, but can queue out. Wow, Aurelian E is such a cancer ability. Holy crap.
Aurelian's caught out though.
Aurelian is caught out and dies. TP onto the blue turret, but it gets cancelled. Kevin can't get into the fight. The Swain ult, Judgy is gonna die. They get CC'd by the Maokai ult. What?
I guess E4 taking this game. Can they just end? I don't think they can end quite here. I think they take some Nexus towers maybe. Kazim should be able to stall it with his ult as long as he gives the inhib. If he dies though, there's definitely room for them to lose this game. Right now.
Man, the Ornn TP. Hurts so bad.
It's what it is. They just lose an inhib though for free. Dragon's up
Well,
in
they
2
don't.
minutes.
They also give 1,000 gold, another 1,000 gold to E4. More kills on Caitlyn, more kills on Swain.
Yeah, I don't know. That seemed like a bit of a tilt play to me, but I don't know. Did not look great. Oh, sorry. Being briefed again.
Yeah, I mean, Davis' ult was in that fight perfectly. The Swain and Caitlyn were just doing so much damage. Yeah, I don't know, man. The Caitlyn is so strong. She's already hitting the 1k crits and stuff. It's like
they have to look for the Caitlyn, and if they don't, they just can't play.
look, where did Ornn's health bar go? Nautilus Qs him, but not much comes out of it. The Ornok comes out. Does he hit it? He does!
Okay, that's the victory. Game's won. I don't care.
Oh, Lily Spear comes out, half health for Caitlyn, but I guess she has Legend's Bloodline because she's life-stealing pretty quickly.
I'm looking for the flank play. Another big spear.
Another Lily Spear connects.
Okay,
Lily flashes in, but Caitlyn flashes out, and the Janna ult comes out. Scott TP's top, thinking a fight's going to break out, but nothing does quite happen.
That's pretty good actually for NACL. You know, burning Sums on the Caitlyn, burning the TP. Maybe they can actually fight this dragon. You know, even though their inhib's down, because it also means Aurelion Sol has a little bit of a chance to push it out.
Yeah, Aurelion does have his upgraded ultimate as well. Which I think I said earlier is probably their one key to being able to do something about the Caitlyn. I think the concern is just that if they are doing something about the Caitlyn, can they do anything about the Swain?
As much as the Swain I think is a problem, they should have enough like damage to deal with them later, I feel like.
Hopefully, yeah. The Swain Zonyas is just so scary. And especially when it's an Ornn, Nidalee, and a Nautilus. 3 of them are going to need to get into melee range to do anything with the backline.
That is true. Oh, the tornado. Really
that was really close, but yeah, very well played from Blaziken, and E4 do get the Drake.
Now Drake's is tied up, and NACL no longer have any kind of advantage in terms of like, at least they'd have got the soul point, they could have put some pressure, right?
In terms of anything, really.
Yeah. No, but if they'd have got that dragon, you know, they had like kind of the threat of, yeah, you've got to like now be picking up the pace of the game to make sure you get the next dragon, otherwise we're gonna get soul. That kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, meanwhile E4 doing a really good job now, taking off that one really hard breed from NACL and making the most of it. Cataclysm held, you know, as the blast gun will just get the Nidalee out of there, all the pounce. They're just using the pressure from the inhib minions mid to push down the side lane. They don't really have to do anything but play it slowly and drag the next back.
Oh, the Maokai, well, as we're saying that, the Maokai ult comes out. No one gets caught in it apart from the Nautilus.
Looks like they're just using it to zone them back from the towers, so they have enough time to kill the turret safely.
True. Nautilus ult comes out on the Swain, in the backline. The Ornn ult comes out, but...
Oh.
Well, I don't know where it went. Oh, massive Aurelion ultimate! Judgy Rocks does die to the Swain damage. The Caitlyn hits a big headshot on the Nidalee. 1 for 1 so far.
They're at least kind of looking on the flank, but they do have minions coming in mid, so they probably can't look too hard here. Needs to be a little bit careful.
I mean, that Aurelion ult turned that from being doomed to being, honestly, pretty even for NACL. But I mean, it's like chess, you know? Even plays benefit E4 right now. Because they still got a turret out of it. They're still applying pressure where they need to.
The other thing is, though, that NACL are getting gold from the inhibitor minions. You know? They're getting some bonus money from that. So, it's not all downsides in terms of that.
We are going to see them posturing to look for Drake. The Aurelion ult is down, the Kaiser ult is down, the Nautilus ult is down. But I guess they probably won't be looking for it right now. Jarvan is kind of looking to see if there's anyone in the enemy blue side jungle. Nidalee going for the recall.
They got a couple
I'm
minutes.
gonna say a Blaziken fan club is well deserved. He's been playing this game incredibly.
Really consistently, just being useful, doing his job. Nothing super crazy, but at the same time, you don't need to. You know, there's no sense.
Well, I mean, even then, like,
look
look at the tornado on Nidalee earlier. Like that, plays like that. Who knows how big that could have been if NACL were to get soul later. Nidalee spear connects to the Jarvan.
So we've got to see what happens. They got kind of 1 minute 45 now to look for the Baron. I feel like E4 should be looking for it.
They do see that Davis is in bot jungle right now, but I guess he could be looking for a flank with his ultimate.
Maybe, but I feel like E4 should be looking for the objective. Just from the perspective of, I feel like you don't want to give NACL the opportunity to trade objectives, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
by having to split your team up, or like by having to focus on one when there's multiple up. So by taking the Baron off now, or by forcing a fight into the Baron, if they think they can win it, then that would then mean that obviously they can secure both objectives. We'll have to see though. Maokai maybe a little bit caught out here. Take it slow.
Okay, yeah, might be in trouble. A couple of Nidalee spears connected, but nothing else really comes of it.
Now they're just walking down, posturing in, hidden Baron, no, and Dragon, sorry. And ACL kind of scrambled to get in position.
Swain flashing and ulting in, the Zon just comes out, the Ornn comes out, looking for the Ornn on the Caitlyn, he gets it, but the Ornn is about to die. Jarvan went on the backline, but does get shredded down, Judgy Rock is in trouble, Caitlyn damage is coming out. The Nidalee tries to flash in the backline, but gets stopped by the General. Gonna get trapped, gonna die instantly as soon as he comes out of the Zhonya's. 3-for-1 in favour of E4.
Really not ideal for them there. Just getting caught.
Not ideal. Fortunately, it'll be hard for them to push Nexus turrets. Aurelion is an exceedingly strong ability at anti-siege at this point in the game.
They probably
but they're just gonna go Drake. They're just gonna go Drake. The Nidalee is outlaw, yeah.
Okay. They secured the dragon. What can NACL even do here now? Because I think the lead is now just probably too much. The Janna just seems to also really hard counter Nidalee in terms of Blaziken has been on it, with ulting every time Nidalee jumps in onto the Caitlyn.
Yeah, I've got to say, Blaziken has been playing this game fucking perfectly. Kind of out of the spotlight, but
yeah. It's been really, really solid in terms of the ults and what it is to stop Outlaw in his tracks.
Caitlyn is now at 3 items. Even with how well MDiv has been farming, he just can't keep up with the 9 kills, 7 assists Caitlyn. The damage is going to be insane. Nidalee's caught out, the EQ comes out from the Jarvan, the Cataclysm comes out, the W from Swain comes out.
Oh, they're turning on
Jarvan does get ulted, the Aurelion E comes out, the Q comes out. Ares is dead, Jarvan dies. That might mean they're going to look for Baron here, they didn't even have to burn anything. The Ornn comes out while the Aurelion's Wing in. The Maokai has to flash, but he does have to, but he is blocked out by the Aurelion E. Aurelion taking a lot of damage from the Caitlyn, but he does ult. The Maokai is going to die, caught out by 5 people.
Maybe NACL found a way back into this game.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice bait and a really nice R there from the Aurelion Soul, you know, just before he flashes out. Make sure he gets the most of it.
Blue team does get the Baron. Swain is going in with the ult, but I mean he just doesn't do enough, I don't think.
Now
that's one shot on Aurelion. Another shot down. Aurelion's gonna have a W reset following Blaziken, but
not gonna be enough. But that's fine. They get the Baron. They don't lose anything for it.
That's more than fine. That is absolutely incredible for NACL. A complete game changer. That was like 3,000 gold in kills and Baron.
That's crazy. That's got to be a tilter though, like for E4, because they've just gone from a massive gold lead, really commanding control, to losing Baron, losing their gold lead. And
they do still have Soul to play around, but I mean, holy crap!
One saving grace is I don't think the Baron's going to last. I don't think the Baron's going to last till the Dragon, which means that E4 like won't be innately disadvantaged at that point. But of course, we'll have to see what NACL can do with the Baron in the meantime to maybe get some pressure relieved from the map.
I just think we're at the stage of the game now where Aurelion is just gonna like completely roadblock people out of fights and one-shot anyone that tries to get in. How
much does
supported by the Kaiser damage. Aurelion does 1,000 damage.
Yeah, he's not. If you look, he's not actually far. He's already a quarter of the way to his next mega ult. So
yeah, he'll probably have it up by he might have it up by next Dragon, or at least it'll be fairly close. He won't have it up probably.
Yeah, but close enough that if they stall for any amount of time, it'll be fine. Look, like the E alone just does so much damage now with the Andrews.
Dude, Aurelion E is such a busted ability, and this Aurelion is just so fair. The Jarvan EQs over the wall, we can't get any because of the delay. Literally just keep throwing around spears, hoping one of them is eventually going to connect with the game. And the Blazer just Qs onto the Jarvan, but nothing really comes out. There's literally see it connect afterwards. The Maokai ult comes out, and the Ornn comes out. The counter bow fail.
Oh no!
The Aurelion comes out. Kaelin dies. Gavin is stuck in the Aurelion E.
Absolute disaster for E4, and the insurance policy of the Aurelion Soul definitely coming in really well, especially with the Ornn Masterwork items, just giving them a little bit extra edge.
I mean, the Aurelion is just so filthy strong. Like, what the fuck?
Is that just game? Are they going to be able to end him?
I'm not sure. Like, look at the Aurelion E. Yeah, look at that.
They're just making space. Ember might be able to walk in here with the Baron and just end. Oh, he's getting.
Jarvan EQ's in the Cataclysm comes out in Lily and the Nautilus, but he can't stay in the Cataclysm because of the Aurelion E. Kaiser ults in, gets 2 kills. Swain's gonna try and desperation do something. He does actually kill the Aurelion, but he's almost gonna kill the Kaiser, but they are hitting the Nexus. The Nexus doesn't die, and Italy goes in the.
Oh no!
Oh my god, the Nexus lives!
Oh no! Oh, that's disaster for ACL! No! Are they gonna... No,
Jaina Proudmoore's walking into the mid lane.
Yeah, but the wave's at the other end. They shouldn't be able to end here.
I mean, they definitely can't end, but... Holy crap, what just happened? I mean, there is 30 seconds on anyone apart from Nautilus.
I think they got a little bit overzealous there. But, like, I think they definitely could have ended there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. 15 seconds, they can definitely get the Nexus turrets. I'm not so sure about the Nexus, though.
Uh-oh. Cody Rock's doing his best to stall, but maybe they do just lose here. No way.
No. They absolutely
okay,
don't.
Aurelion Soul. Okay, it's huge.
Okay,
never mind.
And now I think E4 lose.
Yeah. Should be no contest. Are they gonna have someone stay back to defend? No idea. Well, they're both
Jarvan, wait, Jarvan, hang on a second.
No, please come.
Oh no, Judgy Rock's nose!
Okay, it should be all good.
What is going on, guys?
Oh, Blaze is trying his best.
Aurelion in the base, the UNL comes out, and that is GG for NACL. Holy crap! What a 3 minutes, bro.
That was a banger at the end there.
What a crazy game.
No way, it can't be, right?
What is happening this game? Malphite jungle, random Ashley only.
Mundo jungle. It's got to be.
Leona.
It's gotta
Oh,
be
it's
Mundo.
Mundo. That makes Do you know? I don't want anyone in chat to tell me how stupid I was for suggesting that. I was busy drinking tea. I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't think of that on my own volition. I did just read that off chat, so I will admit I did just not think for myself. Thanks for the carry. They can just like slow down them coming onto it with Ashe, Leona, R, and Lux, and like Viego threatening, lurking in the shadows with his E. And then by slowing them down, you can buy time for the Gwen to split. And in the meantime, like you can also poke them and like slow them down, like from coming into you, and potentially just like poke them to the point where they still can't contest the objective and they need to send someone. Seems like it should be decent. What's going on? Let's have a little look. Oh my gosh, Outlaw and Outlaw's talking smack. Okay, there's some writing in chat. That's what it is. Hopefully the pause ends soon. I will zoom out a little bit so we can see a bit further. Okay, and the esports timers have applied. You can see the Dragon and the Baron timers in the top right and top left.
It looks like we're going to be seeing him play around Baron right about now. Just setting up some vision. Agree?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think they'll all go as soon as this pause ends. They'll all run straight to Baron and put down wards.
E4 have the better late game. I don't know.
I think they do. Yeah.
I think it just depends. I think if E4 can force a fight, I think they do win. Especially with Renata W, which kind of denies Viego getting his first reset.
I think either team can win a fight. It just depends how it starts.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if E4 force and start the fight hard, and they like explosively start it off, I think they win. If the fight gets drawn out, I think it's just much more likely that NACL win just from their champions.
I feel like if Gwen falls behind, E4 have a really good chance of winning.
That's true. I agree with that. I'm interested to see where the junglers path this game, because we've now got a situation where there actually isn't a clear, correct way to path, other than maybe perhaps the fact that Malphite is kind of hard to kill.
I think Mundo's. Yeah, I agree.
But on the other, like I think realistically, Malphite isn't worth pathing towards for either jungler, just because Gwen doesn't have much setup, doesn't do damage early, she just wants to scale. Viego only has a stun. Malphite probably just Qs and runs away, unless he's really overextended. But on the other hand, Outlaw is looking to start bot side, so we'll see. They're starting opposite sides this time, so maybe we'll get to see something interesting pathing-wise. Because so far, I think they've started same side every time. Ah, no, that's not true. Last game, Nidalee started bot side, and
there have been a couple games where they didn't path bot.
It's game 4.
Yeah, we're in game 4, guys. Currently it's 2-1 in favor of NACL.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I feel like. Sorry. Ashe has Hawk and Kraken and dodges the Malphite ult.
Yeah, I mean, dodging Malphite ult though. I mean that's.
Sorry. Oh. Sorry about that.
That was actually the most cartoony, goofy laugh I've ever heard. Sneeze I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. No, my uncle and my mum are the same, so it's what it is. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, well, look at that Gwen damage.
Yeah. It's just like last game.
Yeah. Can we have an interesting top lane? Hey, at least Gwen kind of does damage.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, never mind. I just got proven wrong.
Okay. So we see Outlaws full cleared towards top side. We'll try and look something mid-top presumably. Or maybe some more shenanigans. And Mundo's just clearing to bot side, probably looking for the full play.
I think it's gonna be kind of impossible. Like look at the wave. It's pushing in towards Malphite. There's actually a 0% chance they can ever kill Malphite here.
They probably just used the prio to just secure the scuttle. That's probably just it. Like, it's not going to be contested, but they don't know that. Not for sure, I don't think. In terms of champion-wise, I feel like, generally speaking, Diego can do a bit early, but normally he wants to sort of farm to 6 kind of thing, get like an item under his belt or so, particularly like a Bork or something, and then he becomes a champion. You know, so
I think that he can fight with Shane.
I just don't think he has to either this game.
I mean, he definitely doesn't fight the Mundo with Shane. He
like,
loses that every time.
Yeah. The other thing to note though is that like if you think about these champions, I think mid game an ACL spiked pretty hard. Like in terms of like I think like Mundo and Malphite aren't really tanky enough then. Ari's online, sure, but Caitlyn kind of gets weak mid game if she's not ahead. Like she just doesn't have enough damage to like burst people, but also doesn't do much sustained damage yet. Meanwhile, like Ashe, Leona, Lux, Diego, like they're all like kind of crazy mid game. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. So I feel like NACL having a sleeper early game kind of suits them. If that works. But on the other hand, they don't have to play it that way if they think they can get a lead. We can see actually, Kesm's actually managing to whittle down Davis here in the top lane. He's still got 2 potions and is good on mana as well. So really putting the pressure on Davis, forcing Davis to back and probably burn his TP here so he doesn't lose too much XP. And the sodium chloride bot lane are also pushing in and resetting. So they shouldn't miss too much. They probably miss about half a wave, something like that. Oh, they're a bit slow. They missed the full wave, I think.
Yeah, they will, probably.
And Kesm just keeping up the pressure.
Oh, we're seeing an engage from Scott in the mid lane here.
Oh,
Few lands, even another ult charge to land. Another ult charge comes out, the E lands. That is a solo kill for Jaina Proudmore in the mid lane.
Scott was just better there.
Well, he also did just he hit ult, and I think I honestly think it was really stupid from the Lux to still be in lane there with no mana, knowing Ari was going to hit R soon, and while having TP, there was no real consequence for her to back off and recall.
No. And the other thing is like the whiff of the Q, the E like being like ulted out of as well. Like I don't know, there wasn't really anything to do about the E landing, but whiffing the Q was pretty criminal as well in melee range.
Yeah, there is a valid point made by Granny Spinner. Ashe seems to be building shield bow against Malphite Mundo.
This could be Bork, no?
That's true. Could be Bork.
Could be Bork first item. Hypothetically. Looks like they're going to go for the dragon here from NACL. I'm not saying Bork first is good, but it's also not as hard of an in. No?
Drake goes to NACL. Viego dies. MDib force a flash and heal out. The cleaver connects. The slow goes off. More slows. Another cleaver connects. The Caitlyn Q hits and kills the Ashe. Well, I mean, NACL got the Drake, but 2 more kills go to E4.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this trading for the Drake.
We see the Gwen using her ult, but so does the Malphite. Gwen is trying to force more out of it with the Ghost, but I don't think anything's going to come of it.
That's okay though. Burning them up.
Massive wave. I think that Ashe is going to miss the cannon minion. Probably won't miss more than that, but...
3 CS I think, including cannon. 1's gone, 2's gone, this will be 3rd, and then we'll get the XP for us.
Gromp does
Dodgy
go
Rock
to...
poked too low now
Ares.
as well, so they can't even look to go in really. Be a bit flip too good,
Nah.
I think. So Caitlyn...
Scott goes in for an ult. Charm just goes wide. Might still get the kill. No, not quite. I like Q goes off. Ult with the Q and the W. Very close, but not quite a kill. Pretty bad for the Lux though. Has to recall. But Scott is able to push in the wave here. Lux has no mana to stay, and Lux doesn't have TP either. Lux is gonna miss around a wave here. I think. Well, the Viego is coming in to maybe punish Scott for using his cooldowns to push.
He might try. No, he's just gonna catch wave. Makes sense. There's a lot
Nothing
of
happens.
XP
Catches
going
a
to
wave.
waste. Otherwise.
I think he maybe could have walked out earlier and maybe even held it for Lux. He knew Ari had no ult. Well, not held it, but stalled out the push. But I guess he can just make it reset, which is fine.
Yeah.
He does now still slow push out into Scott.
There's nothing wrong with giving a Viego some gold.
True.
It is pretty useful.
The Divine Thunder will be a pretty big spike as well.
So far, everything to play for. You know, E4 have a slight lead. They're doing decently here. You know, getting some kills under their belt. I'd like some more strength on the Caitlyn, I think.
Have a... yeah, sure.
Like, because I think they kind of hinge on Caitlyn being really relevant. Because she's gonna have to shred through all of their different parries.
I'm not sure. We did see the clinic that Scott's Ari put on before.
I suppose. Okay.
Oh,
it was a little bit of a random Viego ult. I don't know. I thought that was a bit late, but whatever.
And I mean, and the Mundo as well. The Mundo could definitely still be relevant. Ashrop goes wide.
Yeah,
Nothing
for sure.
quite comes out of that.
That's true. I think. Yeah.
True. Granny Spanner would have hit that. He would have read into the future and.
Yeah, no, they burnt 3 ults there for 1 Malphite ult basically. Hezum obviously is building like a CS lead, and he's probably going to get a plate here. They're looking to make use of this pressure as well to secure the Herald. In the meantime, they're sort of leaving the bot lane out to dry. But if the Ashe is scaling, I don't think there's too much of a problem with that. Hezum's
Ari
now
is
secured 2
hovering
plates.
the.
They have vision on Ari. But Mondo's also there. Diego's just dead.
Diego's dead. They give Herald to E4.
Yep. Unless there's some
For
kind of luck
fuck's sake,
steal that comes in.
Are E4 gonna win?
Bot.
NACL engages onto the E4 bot lane, but nothing really comes out. Everyone else Q goes out.
So far, you're looking like the E4 stomp prediction is correct. We're heading in for a banger game 5. It looks like. But maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. Granny Spanner ult coming back up. Feels like kind of a mismatch to use Judgy Rox's Leona ult Solar Eclipse, right? Without having the Enchanted Crystal Arrow up as well. Right? You like can't follow one with the other. Doesn't make much sense. At least to me.
True.
I suppose with Ashe, in theory, if you start autoing them, you can kind of just chase them all the way down. Oh, MDiv. Yeah, you're right. I'm just... It's because we're talking about your arrow, right? These people briefing me, I can't now. Okay. Anyway.
When we're 3 hours into a cast, how dare they, bro?
I'm only simple-minded. Leave me alone. Okay.
The Caitlyn trap, holy.
I don't know. This Viego is not looking at its finest, that's for sure. But on the other hand, I do think that E4 are just doing a really good job punching it. You know, it's not that strong early. And Ari's ahead, Caitlyn's ahead. This Viego just isn't getting to play right now.
Berserkers.
Man,
MDib really likes that Berserker spy, doesn't he? Oh no, it was Joseph that bought Berserker just down earlier.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh dude,
that was so great. That was so great.
It all blends together, bro. I'm actually losing my mind.
It probably makes some sense for Ashe to have it because it makes it easier for her to kite, right? He's stacking so much attack speed though. It is a bit suspicious. The Ashe build. Okay, apparently Ash likes grooves early because of her passive. Is the educated voice of Ash himself.
Thank you, Granny Spanner. Very cool.
Okay, Momo Devil looking pretty caught out again, but they're trying to chain the CC out. Okay.
Sorry, I forgot. I was supposed to cast for a second there. I was just watching. Yeah, Mundo forced to walk out, use his ultimate. All very low, but not much comes out of it. Lux holding out a Q, gets Gale forced out of it.
Okay, the stun comes out.
Caitlyn Q just goes wide, headshot kills the Viego. I think they might have been able to look for more there, but...
Caitlyn headshot just there. Was there a Gale Force in there as well? Or was that earlier? I don't know.
Yeah, no, the Gale Force was to dodge the Lux Q. So
Okay,
that
yeah.
it was just the headshot did that much damage. I think it might have been, yeah.
It must have been a crit headshot, right?
Yeah, probably.
Are headshots guaranteed crits? Don't think so. I might be wrong. I'm not sure.
No, they're not.
Okay, but yeah, I guess that's just the difference of having the crit cloak and the Gale Force and getting a crit.
Crit cloak gap.
Yep. Okay, Dragon's up. I'm assuming E4 just looked to secure this. They're like 4k gold up at 14 minutes. It's a little bit disgusting. Yeah. This should be a pretty free dragon.
Have I not just gotten every prediction right? Stomp for E4, and the next game, by that logic, next game's going to be a monster game. Hey,
can we get a 60-minute banger?
I should not rule out. Oh, dude, I'd actually rather cry.
No, I'm kind of down.
I shouldn't rule out Initial. That'd be mean. Kesem is still farming very well. Scott going for a kill on the Ash. Ults, but Ash has to flash. She has to flash.
Fine though. Let's see what happens now.
Oh, little.
Oh.
Yeah. Lux, Ash ult connects onto the Renata. Nothing came out of it, but.
Caitlyn's pretty low now. Lux has no
yeah.
No ult though, so won't do anything. Outlaw
Viego caught out by the Malphite.
Still being very aggressive.
When it's coming, oh, Gwen didn't want any fucking part of that.
I just don't think. I think Outlaw just can't be there. Like he's so far out. He's open.
He absolutely can't be there.
I get he's behind and he's trying to make up for it, but I think at some point he has to just accept the fact that it was very risky, and he needs to just farm somewhat safely. He's just being caught out over and over again at the moment, and he seems to be the one that like ends up starting these skirmishes that are going badly as well for NACL. That makes sense. I feel like a lot of the time he's the one that's sort of getting caught out first, and then they're trying to support him, and then they end up losing some kills. Okay.
Wow. Yep.
And that's the Master
Lux is gonna die for that, but I think it's worth.
Yeah. It's a Master tier Lux, guys. That's more damage. It is what it is. You guys couldn't do that.
Yeah. Oh, Ares smiting that is such a classic Ares moment, bro.
Kesm's trying. He's got the whole lane to chase this down, but he will be getting collapsed on by the Mundo and the Renata here, so he's got to finish this quickly, otherwise he will just be in trouble. If he trades for the Malphite, I think it's fine.
Oh, Scott has to ult and flash. Kevin can't quite finish off the Malphite, and is now going to die to the Mundo.
He does a lot of damage though. He's already really close to like getting that 2v1 and like getting a kill. So obviously not quite a true 2v1, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
They just give this out, surely. Outlaw should just be looking to farm, I think. He's got probably he's got a third camp coming up. But no, they're going for fight.
We are seeing E4 getting collapsed though.
Okay. The Malphite's in this bush, they know he's there. Malphite's just gonna get out of there.
Lux E doesn't connect, the Mundo doesn't look for anything, it's a stalemate, not good for anything.
So, well, they managed to bait out the Malphite TP, I suppose. That's not a terrible thing. Dragon is coming up in 2 minutes, Baron in 1 minute 45, so Gwen's heading bot, looks like. Try and get the pressure in there before the Baron spawns.
It was indeed a balk first time from the Ash.
So now we'll have to see what the picture goes. Outlaw scavenging what he can. Gwen cannibalizing the jungle from Outlaw. Is what it is. The Rockman walking in. Okay. Treasure Rock spell.
Barbecue almost hits. Leona forced to flash.
Definitely could have walked back a bit earlier there, but it is what it is. He's a Leona, he thinks he's tanky. It happens. I get it. Sometimes you're tanky on Galio and you just int because you feel so bad.
Are you speaking from experience or what?
Yeah, I did it in solo queue game the other day. Right. Okay.
Harold hit the third. There you go, that's my commentary.
they got tower down there. Gwen TP'd in? No, Gwen just joined. Okay, Gwen still has TP. It was Lux that TP'd in, but nothing really is happening. Gwen going back to bot lane again. They need this Gwen to start doing some kind of pressure on the side lanes because unless that happens, I don't see what NACL can really do.
Yeah. It's a pretty weird one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Zhonya's buy from the Lux. Because I feel like their team have already focused so much on max health damage. Gwen passive, Viego, Sundera, and probably going to be Bork next, and Bork. And that pickaxe means he's going to go a Kraken Slayer, or a Gale Force, but probably a Kraken Slayer. And so I feel like a Ludens just to try and one-shot the Ahri or the Caitlyn might be better. But I'm not certain on that. I'm not a Lux player.
I don't know, but I definitely agree with NACL's decision here to not bother contesting, just use the time to try and scale a little bit further, try and get some items online. Definitely makes sense in that.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna get a game 5 at this point, Joe.
That's what it's looking like, but let's not speak too soon. We've seen these teams throw from bigger gold leads.
You're actually really right there. Feb, how did you figure it out, bro?
No comment. Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Let me pick my energy back up. Okay, we do damage all together on the map. The Leona will come down on the back rank. I just forgot to talk. Mundo gets one shot actually by the enemy team. Lux gets a shutdown. They're looking to push forward with Viego. The Mundo passes doesn't him getting CC. The Q connects with Blaziken. He's trying to float out Blaziken force a flash. Wow. I mean, 1-0. Well played to NACL.
They just, yeah, they like tried to fight in a choke there and they just got bursted. It would have been nice to see the Gwen immune come out or the Malphite ult, given that she was the only one that got hit and it was a pretty long range one, but we'll take it, you know. They turned it, no one died, they got a kill on the board on the Lux, another one. Never a bad thing. They don't get the Baron. I kind of think they could have done, but...
E4 is winning in terms of goals, but NACL did just make a play. E4 winning, but NACL not out of it, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, their tanks got shredded pretty damn fast there.
Yeah.
So
You'd hope so. Otherwise, all of the max HP items would have been for nothing.
But on the other hand, I think that's a good sign that they're this behind and they're still able to shred those tanks.
True.
You know, it like, because if they couldn't shred those tanks, it would just be GG. So I think that's definitely a sign of life that they're able to get that kill there and able to actually deal with the front line.
Yeah.
We just gotta see.
We're seeing Renata has a permanent heart steel stack on her. I'm not sure why that bug's happened, but interesting. Haven't seen that one before.
It is what it is. Next dragon's for 2 minutes 30, so and they still definitely have time to scale. They got 7.5 minutes, so it'll be 30 minutes before Soul is on the table, assuming that it gets taken straight away. And assuming that they don't get it. So they got plenty of time to keep scaling. They should all have their second items completed by the time Soul's on the table. At the very least. Ideally much sooner, obviously. E4 are doing pretty well so far. I would say, like.
Granny Spanner, don't be toxic, bro.
Yeah. Momo Deviluk's been caught out quite a few times, sort of being pretty overly aggressive on Viego, who is not that strong early game compared to like the playmaking and early game camps that E4 have. E4 don't have loads in the way of frontline. They have the Leona, but on the other hand, they have quite a lot of disengage and sort of stalling tools and kind of thing. So we'll have to see how it goes. Harry, you're colorblind, not actually blind. They're slightly different.
With how he misses those Ash ults, I'd suggest otherwise. on that note, an Ash ult just connects with the Renata.
Yeah, no follow up near enough though, unfortunately. Couldn't actually make anything happen off the Ash ult. But you know, it's always the mental edge, right? Getting hit by those ults.
Yeah, true.
That is true. Granny Spanner did just hit that ult. That was pretty impressive. He's I can just imagine him just screaming through a headset into MDib's ear. Just like microing every single maneuver.
Yeah.
It does explain why some of the Ash ults have been slightly out of time. But yeah, okay, so here we go. 20 seconds to Dragon. Let's see what NACL decide to do. They could just sack this Dragon as well. They haven't got the second items online on 3 of their champions. 4 of the champions including support.
Jaina Proudmore is level 15 right now. What the hell? Wait.
Some kind of XP
They're
hack,
2 levels ahead of the rest of the game, wow.
Right.
Seeing the Ari ult come out. Dirty Rock's forced to flash out. And it looks like E4 are just going to get the Drake, which puts them on soul point.
I think that's fine then. NACL, plenty of time to scale. They don't need to rush. They still got another 5
No,
minutes.
do they have plenty of time to scale?
They
Baron's
got another 5 minutes. And Gasol. And like, they don't have second items on
Oh, right.
4 of their champs. I think it's a grease to fight right now.
Yeah, no idea. I feel like, I don't know what else.
Okay, wait, they're wombo comboing Renata.
They're wombo comboing Renata, yeah. Viego lives actually.
The blast cone.
Judgy Rocks is gonna die there though.
Yeah.
Dying for Viego's sins. The Gwen is coming out, the tree line from the passive.
Okay, Viego
They
should
do
have
kill that.
Here. Oh no, Viego's not there, never mind. I'm pretty sure.
Gwen dies to the Caitlyn headshot. Mundo lives. 2 for 1.
2 for 1. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not great. I think it's definitely better for E4, but still doesn't
Yeah,
feel...
the heart steal just completely blew Gwen up, dude.
Gwen, on the other hand, did get a kill, and that's always good when like the Gwen is like one of your major win conditions, I'd say. You know, they need this Gwen to be a champion.
Oh. Dude, seeing the heart steal stack on the Renata just makes me want to auto attack her.
I haven't actually ever built Heartsteel yet, so...
You've never built Heartsteel? Holy crap, Benjamin, you've missed out, bro.
Will one day.
Imagine just like League dopamine bursts, but you get them every 30 seconds.
That sounds pretty glorious, to be fair. Okay.
But, oh dude, it hits different, bro, it hits different. That noise awakens something, bro.
Alright, okay, so Baron is on the table. E4 do have their items coming through gradually. Lux has gone for the Horizon Focus. Is that like... I don't even know what the item's good at doing, because I guess Lux is probably one of the few champions that makes pretty good use of the range bonus damage.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it gives you, what, some CDR and stuff, I think? A little bit of CDR, a little bit of health.
Yeah.
Thing. So it's, I guess, not a bad all-round item. And Lux then going to go for the Zhonya's, it looks like. We've got the 2 core items now complete for MDiv. So he can actually play the game. And
Viego.
deal with these tanks, and so does Viego. So now we're seeing like a little bit of spikes come through. They've got decent vision around the Baron. Not perfect, but at least they can see if it's happening or not.
You're right, Harry. It is. CC also does it.
Ah, okay. I see. So that sounds decent then. So that's. Oh, a slow also works apparently. So yeah.
Yeah, apparently that item is just really easy to apply.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm sure it used to be really bad. I thought it was range only at one point. Maybe they added that later. Don't know. But Gwen should now be a champion as well. I think Gwen should be able to start like pretty hard split pushing. She has TP up. There's no reason why she can't. And I think she has to.
Granny Span is about to build it on Ash. Yeah, we see E4 stack the Baron. NACL have full vision of it, and all 5 of them there. Caitlyn is split up. I don't know if they can stop them from grouping. They can't. But
But they've just
I think
TP
E4 are going to be
off.
forced off.
That's a good play from E4 there. They've burnt out Gwen's teleport, which now means that they can just do the same play again, and Gwen can't split. And also it means Gwen's TP is down for the dragon, which is also kind of big. It means that Gwen kind of has to stay closer to the team now. It makes it much harder for her to be a threat.
Homo Devil Luke looking for a trade onto the Mundo, but Jazzy Rock does almost die to the Ash damage. But the Owner Rock comes out but doesn't quite connect with anyone. The Malphite ult is still available, the unstoppable force. We go on the back line here. But the Owner Rock comes out onto the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn's getting engaged on by the Gwen. The unstoppable force comes out on all 3 of them. Mundo kills 2 of them. The Gwen is forced to die by the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn dies, the Renata revive doesn't quite get her. The Ari is ulting in. He has to use 2 charges, does kill the Ash, gets the reset before he won't be able to kill the Lux. It is a 4 for 2? Yeah, 4 for 2. It actually looked pretty good for NACL at one point there, but they just couldn't quite finish off the Ari and Malphite.
It was a little bit unfortunate there because the Leona and the Diego died like a second before those first kills came through. Leona would have died still, but if they get that kill like a split second earlier, it would have probably made the difference in terms of it probably would have made the difference in terms of Diego getting a reset, and that might have been just enough to swing the fight the other way.
Yeah, well that is Hextech for E4, and I'm gonna say that makes the game roughly 20 times harder for NACL.
I think we're going to a game 5 at this point. Like
yeah, I agree.
It would have to be a monumental throw from E4. Like I don't think.
Well, the thing with
this team
is
shouldn't be capable of a throw like that.
You can throw away a gold lead, but you can't throw away a Hextech Soul, and Hextech Soul is so broken.
That's true. It's definitely one of the most impactful souls. It's okay though. I see that NACL's plan all along. They've just been playing for the Elder Flip.
Yep.
Classic strategy.
They'll just steal it with the Luxor, and then Gwen will ult Q and get a pentakill instantly.
Yep.
I believe.
We already have 1 pentakill this series.
E4 are yet again looking for the Baron.
Gwen is nearby. They do have all their ults up. And at the moment they're just taking it slow, both teams, not trying to rush into anything too hard, although people are starting to focus down that Nash a bit faster now. They see Ari on the mid wave. Maybe they want to try and do something earlier, but Endem is walking all the way around, so he's actually really far away right now. He doesn't want to risk walking between Raptors.
The Ash ult comes out, just goes wide. Granny Spanner will hit those. We are seeing Ari starting to enter the fight here. They might look for an engage onto the Judgy Rocks.
I think it's a bit too late now for NACL to fight this. I think they needed to make a move earlier.
Oh my god, MDiv just gets one shot.
If they somehow steal
Viego
this...
okay.
Okay.
And E4 get the Baron. I think
this game, yeah, it should game for sure. I think they were a little bit too indecisive there. They had an opportunity while Ari was mid. Try and make a pick, make something happen. They waited, they got poked down, and then there was just zero chance. Either that or leave the Baron. One of the two. But they tried to get the best of both worlds and it just wasn't possible.
Maybe they don't actually end the game. No, I think they should end the game here.
Unfortunately, they could not be Hannah Montana. It is what it is.
The Luxot will come out onto the next wave, but with the Baron buff, it won't actually do all that much. First Nexus turret full, second Nexus turret full, yeah. That is... That's that. That's game 4. It's 2-2.
The game ends with NACL turning on each other. Okay, so it's Aurelia and Syndra. Scott Syndra is pretty well known for being pretty scary.
True.
But on the other hand, we saw how monstrous Aurelian Soul was, so I don't think that the Syndra decides anything yet.
I am looking forward to this one.
Yep. Spent the whole evening waiting for this game. It better be a banger. These teams have better be a banger. Pretty sleeper games this evening. But on the other hand, we've also had games like Game 3.
Yeah, we also had Game 3 was the savior. I wish Game 3 had been Game 4 though.
That's true. Yeah, I get it.
Because then that would have really got me in the mood for Game 5. But no, but it's okay. I just need to get myself in the mood. Aiden is in chat. Okay, never mind. I'm hyped. It's lit.
Bog. I'll never forget Scarnering. I think it's called something like that. The video he made once upon a time.
I'm not aware of this.
Memories. Oh dear. Okay.
Anyway, the game. A couple of 5 points, but a couple of wards. A ward in each enemy red buff.
Minions have spawned.
So
it looks like Ares is heading towards that as well. So
yeah.
Both junglers are gonna see where the early pathing takes place. The only thing is, will the wards expire before they head to their second camp, if that makes sense? Because like, the second camp kind of dictates what kind of path you're taking a bit.
They will not, I don't think.
Just check the other ward real quick. No, they won't. Okay. So we definitely are just going to be getting at least reasonable amount of knowledge on the direction of the initial path.
Blaze is on the red team.
Okay. Let's see. I want to see Dabis play as far out. You know, he's picked a real emotionally invested champ like Malphite to really show that he's in the spirit of winning UNL.
We've got a thrilling top lane matchup of Ornn Malphite. At Karma damage, big poke onto the E4 ADC.
These people go from running production, multitasking multiple things at once, to clicking one button at a time on tanks. It is what it is.
Welcome to the League of Legends, bro.
Yep. Okay.
Not much to say about the game so far. We see Ares going 3 camp. Can't really go for a mid gank, but could definitely potentially look for a bot gank here. Or he's going to do the Ares classic of now circling back up towards the top side, which he's done, I think, every game. We see Vi also pathing towards the top side, so no one is going bot.
I think it's really uncharacteristic of Ares, because from what I remember, he used to always like full clear, like full efficiency, full clear, reset, full clear again.
Yeah, maybe he recognizes Outlaw as someone that invaded a lot, but I'm not sure. I don't know much about the players.
I feel like that's the case, but I could be wrong. I think that's why he might be going for that, because he's still getting a pretty efficient clear. Other than that first wall, it's not great, but at the same time, he guarantees he gets both buffs, and then he
is only 1 camp behind in the end. Yeah. As to what he would have been if he hadn't. We are seeing both junglers meeting up for top scuttle, and we are seeing that the Dabis has much more prio. E4 does get the scuttle. Ares is going to look to pass bot side to get the second scuttle.
and Outlaw's just going to leave it. Outlaw does still have the level advantage, so like in that sense, Xin Zhao did need the prio from both his side lanes, which he handily had, because Radiant Soul just doesn't seem to match Syndra early in terms of push. And the Malphite seems to be somehow bullying him. I don't think that really works, but apparently it does. Yeah, because I think Ornn should have just been able to do that at level 3, but anyway. Okay, Xin Zhao looking for a gank on the Radiant Soul. Radiant Soul pushed up a little bit, but shouldn't be able to get anything. Backed off just in time. And
Vi is bot side. I'm not sure whether or not she can even look for anything. I think the Janna Q, the Janna Q and the Sivir spell shot will make it difficult. I don't think he'll. I don't know if he has. No, he definitely can't get into a lane gank here.
No, but he could come round now because they're pretty pushed. Also, chains coming out. The brute missed time.
Sivir spell the brute from coming off. She is forced to flash outside of the chompers.
Yep. No, they don't. Managed to force them off, and their Jinx is going to catch this whole way. So she's going to be up a decent amount of CS when this finishes. And then she can probably slow push it back in and get a reset off or go to the dragon. That's probably what they're going to do, I think, here. Meanwhile, Vi sneaking the dragon, queuing over. But I think they'll have vision of the plant, no? I'll just double check. No, they don't have vision of that pink ward, so they don't actually know they're on it for sure. Although we see the Xin Zhao ping coming through, so they're kind of assuming something's up. And meanwhile, bot lane's freezing, so they can't even move to this. I feel like this is a mistake trying to freeze that. You can't even help Outlaw contest this. Oh my gosh, Outlaw.
Oh my god, Outlaw!
Absolutely crazy. Just goes in.
Incredibly well played.
And there's the heist in the all chat. That was a Giga Chad play.
Almost makes up for the Viego game right there.
Yeah, almost in one fell swoop. Okay. NACL, up 1 dragon. They have scaling, that's for sure. I think they do outscale. I feel like they outscale.
Yeah, no, I think NACL
Sure.
100% outscale here.
So we're not looking to see them completely stomp early. But obviously,
I actually think it's
can.
I actually think it's like a very, very solid late game for NACL over E4.
I agree.
And they do have quite a strong team fight in the Jinx AoE, the Irradiant ult and the Ornn ult. The E4 do have very good pick making potential. The Syndra still could be very important. But overall, I'd favour the late game of NACL.
I agree. So
NACL I think Xin Zhao falls off quite hard. I think a lot of Xin Zhao's strength is having early pressure in things like the Drake, and not getting that is quite bad, really.
Yeah. It really delays the ability of E4 to snowball this game.
Definitely. Man, why does it keep wanting to show us top lane? It's because they're tanks, so they keep doing small trades, but nothing's their health bars aren't actually moving. But the camera thinks we give a shit. Yep. Oh, never mind. Never mind, we got to see that. Keza misses the cannon minion.
I think I'm more okay with him missing cannons than I am the R2s. It has been a little bit disgusting to watch, but it is what it is.
I wonder if we'll... Okay, we see the Viq going in, doesn't flash for it. The Irradiant doesn't quite make it all the way. The E doesn't land. The Janna is going to send the Q. The Q is... It wanted to stop lane for a second there. The Q doesn't quite connect.
The Vi didn't have flash from stealing the dragon.
Oh, you're very right, yeah.
So,
and Scott...
Yeah.
Scott didn't... I was looking at whether or not she had flash, and I looked at Irradiant Summoner's backstep. No, Scott had to use flash for that. Small trade on the top lane.
They're looking for Herald now after that. After the...
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like showing us that. It wants to show us these tanks.
Yeah. They're making the most of the fact that Janna roamed up there. Or roamed from base, I think. And so they're just making the most of while they've got the 4 people on the top side of the map. And meanwhile, they're not really doing anything on the bottom side of the map at all. Sivir is just sleeping. The bot lane's not pushing up to pressure her, really. I'm not sure.
Why did nothing show up for the Herald dying?
Right, games.
Oh well.
Is
The
games.
Herald died, everyone,
Vi
and
looking.
Zinzal got the... Vi is getting engaged on. Ares
Oh my
flashes over
gosh.
the wall, the Syndra ult comes out, and that's first blood to Syndra.
Okay, I
Out
like the
for-
idea. Funneling double buffs, not ideal. But
The root goes through, the exhaust
Yeah.
goes out, the Jinx has the damage, the range from the Elisa Tempo. Wow, I mean, that's another kill for... That's a kill for NACL. 1 for 1. Well, not 1 for 1, but 1 kill on each side.
yeah. I like trying to make that play onto the Syndra, but yeah, it's a little bit risky when you know the Zinzal's around top side after the Herald.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's weird how the spell shield works there. If the Karma W route still went off, even though she had the spell shield on, I think because
The spell's
you
already on.
maybe have to spell shield like the first part where she does the chain,
Yeah, exactly.
and that
And
killed her.
does it.
So
Now we see bot lane pushed up here, but they need to back off like pretty soon.
yeah,
Is that okay?
yeah, Syndra and Zinzal moving down. They did get the ping. They are backing off. They are, and Ares stopped heading towards bot lane. Fly sort of toying with it, trying to stop the vision. Jaina Proudmore is 3 levels up on the buyer, so it's quite scary to be contesting this. It's a very nice scattered a week. Gets 2 of them. Vi loses all of her health, really.
You know, so what it is very good of is though that while they were getting the Herald, at least bot lane managed to capitalize on a kill.
True.
So they trade something back. It's a bit unfortunate that they end up also losing that kill mid lane, but is what it is. It's going to happen. At least
Yeah,
they're looking for
the
plays.
game's still pretty even. It's not too disastrous. I think how the Herald gets used here could determine quite a lot who the plate gold goes to.
And they might use it to just get pressure so that they can clear this dragon.
So they can do Drake, yeah. I think that definitely is going to be a major win con.
Yeah, exactly.
Although if
So
they
want
if
to
they keep
fire.
spreading out the Drakes between them, it could be another game like game 3, where it
think it
took
was game
ages.
3.
Where I think it was game 3 where the Drakes they were like getting 1 Drake each at a time, and the other dragon never even came up in like a 40-minute game.
Vi's not
We'll
interested
see
in
if
this at all.
the Vi's not there to steal it. Although Janna nearly dies, forced to flash out.
Oh, burst
Malphite was
through.
bot. Kevin was top. He has demolished. He's gonna get a couple. Oh, never mind. Malphite TP without recalling.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. How much gold is
Yeah,
this? Let's have a look.
I've
800.
ne-
This is reasonable.
Yeah,
amount.
that was like I would say I really hate doing that. It makes me feel pretty bad using my TP without recall.
Yeah. Look at the CS gap bot lane and the gold gap. There's a 1k gold.
The Vi ults onto the Syndra. The Aurelion comes out. The E is killing him. Flash to Q, and that's a kill for Aurelion. 2 flashes used and 2 ults used, but they did get the kill onto the Aurelion, which is a massive deal.
So now NECL have a brief window. No, E4 have a brief window now where they can do something while those suns and spells are down. But obviously, it's also down to NECL to give them the opportunity to do that.
The Sivir ult comes out. I'm not sure he needed to, but I'm not sure. I guess he does avoid a bunch of chunk damage.
Despite
The farm in the top lane is very, very high on the side of like Kevin.
yeah. In bot lane, there's a 30
He's
CS lead as well.
definitely going to be a threat.
It's looking good pretty much right now, and the Herald's
Oh,
looking
the
pretty useless.
Herald doesn't.
It's not charging.
Maybe they can actually stop it. I was
Yeah.
saying how the Herald get used was important, and it doesn't even charge.
Don't get any plates for that. They do lose the dragon, but like, I think it's okay to lose the Herald for the sake of making sure you get the dragon.
We see the Syndra walking into the enemy bot side. Sort of looks like she might toy with the calm, but nothing actually comes of it. Another, yeah, this is a tank fight for sure.
Yep.
Why does the camera just love showing us these tank fights?
They see numbers moving, and we look.
Yeah, even if they're moving by 10 at a time.
Yeah, I think using the Herald to make sure you get the dragon, that's fine if the Herald doesn't charge, you know, like for the pressure. But then when you get the dragon without using the Herald, and it's before 14 minutes, there's no reason you should be putting that Herald down and not getting a charge off.
Yeah, I think he all he needs to do was walk a little bit closer to the turret. I remember when you used to be able to cancel Herald back when it had like a 4-second
Oh yeah.
consume time. Yeah, there is quite a hefty CS gap bot lane. Judgy Rock's definitely using the karma damage to apply pressure. So, Jinx is absolutely going to be a monster this game. Man, the fact that both Jinx and Aurelion are strong is so scary, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, an ADC gal, as Joe has said.
Yeah. It feels like it's kind of slowed down a little bit. Not too much, but they're probably just waiting for the next objective to play for, I suppose. Herald has just spawned, speaking of though. So we might see some more plays towards the top side. But Vincent's bot, I don't think that NACL know this, so I don't think they're going to look for it.
Aiden, you're forgetting the fact that I am racist and I don't accept people that don't have English as their first language. I mean, never mind. Sorry, I had a Benji moment there.
Okay, we see NACL's bot lane getting caught out here, it looks like. They're potentially in trouble, though Fama can probably just shield herself and sort of run away. Yep, below, big Syndra stun coming
Syndra
through.
comes out.
Jin Zhao
Wants to flash and heal.
They don't
Nothing comes out of it.
They don't end up actually getting much off that, considering the blue Sivir ult and Jin Zhao ult. They do get sums, obviously, which is always good. But it's a considerable time investment for 4 people. And you've got to also think that if we're saying that E4 get outscaled, they're on the clock. They need to have these plays working, not just burning suns.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, now what are they doing about this dragon? Looks like NACL are giving it, which is perfectly fine. They might just trade the Herald and just say, yeah, we scale. We'd just rather get some pressure down, get some towers, that kind of thing.
I'd expect that to be the case, yeah.
Just don't want to risk the 5v5 contest. Or meanwhile, Malphite just having fun.
Syndra pressed like 4 buttons in 2 seconds, so...
Yep, very balanced shot. They must be aware of this dragon going on. Yeah, so they are actually trying to contest this. I'm kind of surprised.
I think they definitely can.
Yeah, it does feel like it, to be fair.
We are
Does
seeing the TP coming
one?
out from Horn.
It does.
Malphite does not ult to stop the Horn TP.
Aurelion Sol does have the Sky's Descend, so
True.
I think that's maybe just a massive deterrent. They've seen what that can do.
To give it. Yeah, they remember game 3.
Yeah, game 3.
Dude, we always just talk about game 3 because that was the only interesting one.
Yeah, is what it is. It's not our fault the teams chose to be asleep the other games.
Imagine this game ends with just like 3 kills.
No, don't say things like that.
It's a win through pure macro.
But you know what? NACL now 2 Drakes up. Well, no, 1 Drake up. 2 Drakes total. 2 Drakes to Sol.
E4 are getting the second Herald. Maybe this one will actually do a charge, hopefully.
Yeah, unfortunately, the second Herald is nowhere near as valuable given that plate's 14 minutes. So while it can help you get some damage on a tower, you're also having to invest time to damage the Herald.
It would be useful, like you said earlier, for the dragon, but the dragon's also just been taken, so it's
going to expire before the next dragon spawns. Syndra thinks she can make a play, but...
Syndra going in. The Vi ult comes out, so does the Aurelion ult. Sky's Descent. The Syndra does die, and the Janna flashed in.
Gosh.
That's another kill.
Aurelion Sol damage.
Aurelion Sol doesn't quite take another reset, but wow, I mean, he just got another 2 kills.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like that's Kesem pings, I think. Warning his team, do not get Malphite ulted.
Not sure Malphite's gonna do all that much, to be honest.
Right, they're just forcing down this tower now. And with the calm shields.
The Xin Zhao has no ult. The Malphite is forced to save his team.
They should all be out.
Yeah. Can we get a stack check on the Aurelion?
Oh, yeah, sure. I think it was like, yeah, it's 162.
Or 162.
He's already a third of the way to his next. I don't know. I'm calling them a corky big one because it is a big one. The Sky's Descent.
The Sky's Descent.
Syndra stacks wise, Syndra is at 71, so she's a little over halfway to her full power.
What is full power? Is it 120?
Yeah, So Syndra gets. Right. Okay. So she
Right, okay, I
gets
see.
mana when
Thank
she
you.
claims them. Yeah.
Cool,
Basically
thank
gets AP bonus. I think her other abilities improve as well at certain stat counts. Is my understanding. Back to camera. So we have no Herald on the table. Baron in 45 seconds, 2 minutes 32 Dragon.
Both teams are sort of clustering around top side, although Malphite is bot. Aurelian seems to be heading bot, but I think he should probably head top.
I mean, Aurelian has TP, so he might just be heading bot to clear. The other thing,
That's true.
he's pretty strong now.
We are seeing the Ornalt come out on the Syndra.
They're gonna just chain it with the Vial, probably.
The Vi flash. Oh wow! I mean, no counterplay. The Vi flash Q, the Vi ult came out, the Ornalt, the follow up killed the Syndra instantly. No counterplay. Although they used a lot, and E4 are taking a lot mid lane. That's one tower gonna fall, and I reckon they might get off a second Shelly slam. Never mind, they're backing off. They are seeing the Aurelian behind them. The Aurelian E comes out, the ult comes out. A lot of damage comes out. The Xin Zhao ult stops any damage from coming on. The Dino ult stops them from engaging further. Xin Zhao is getting bursted down. The Aurelian Q damage is coming out. The Aurelian's going to get W reset. They go on the Blazigus. He gets him. I don't know if he's not going to go further, but they do get 2 kills there.
They can probably Baron off that, no? Xin Zhao's dead, support's dead. Only Malphite ult really to worry about in Sivir. Should be fine. It's what actually kind of didn't work in E4's favor there as well was that like the Rift Herald that ended up giving Jinx Get Excited stack as well. So she just sprinted straight at the enemy team to follow up the Aurelian Soul on the Vibe. Really
well, I mean that's Baron.
TP was really
nice.
Baron
and 2 kills for NACL. I mean 7-1. 6k gold lead, a fed Aurelian. It's gonna be tough for E4 to make anything out of this.
I don't
the
really
Ornn item upgrades are starting to come through as well.
Yeah. I'm surprised the first masterwork didn't go to Aurelian, although I suppose giving Jinx the masterwork means that she gets online a bit earlier and the Aurelian Soul's already online. So I suppose
the Aurelian, I don't think Aurelian needs more to be as useful, you know.
You can wait till next level to give the Aurelian Soul the upgrade.
Yeah, it's only one level
Dragon.
anyway.
I'm expecting an ACL to get this. It should just be taken. What were you saying, sorry?
I was just gonna say it won't take more than 2-3 minutes for him to get it. Vi cues it into the enemy blue buff. That was really weird. He ults into the backline. He's gonna get killed, I think. Although he does create blades because the ult goes onto the Xin Zhao, but the Xin Zhao doesn't die because he got his ultimate. The Aurelian W's in to do more Q damage, but not much comes out of it. The Ornn hits the backline. The Karma flashes forward, gets the root almost gets the root onto the Xin Zhao, but he doesn't quite die. The Aurelian flashes to try and get the E execute, but it's not quite in range. It has to be in the center. They do get Dragon because they did have to force things out to recall. But I mean, honestly, I'm not sure what I'm not sure what Vi was doing there. Doing over the wall, blind into 4 people. I mean, oh well, it doesn't really matter. Blue team get the Dragon.
Sometimes
I feel like 3 Dragon.
Outlaw exerts aggression, not necessarily controlled aggression.
Yeah,
sometimes
that was
well,
really
sometimes
goofy.
It doesn't work well. It's kind of like the Viego game.
I mean, that time it worked out fine, I guess. I mean, they really don't ever need to be doing 1-for-1s to get Drake, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like
it's just a bit
that they're so ahead that they could. They are looking to 2v2 here. He tried to get onto the Syndra, but wasn't quite in range, and he backed off seeing the Xin Zhao, even though one was behind them. I guess they didn't want to fight the 2v2, which is fair enough. I think they definitely could one-shot the Vi there.
Yep. Okay, so my question is, how did E4 even win this game? Because
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure it's possible. I think the biggest issue is I think E4 will be very good at shutting down a single target, but there's both an Aurelian and a Jinx. Unless they're right next to each other, they get a Scatter of the Weak and an Unstoppable Force onto both of them at the same time. It feels quite impossible. This is definitely gonna be really hard for Red Team.
Yeah, my big problem as well is the fact that you've got obviously the Karma to like help stop the like dive.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sivir ult coming out, so does this Aurelius battle song. Okay.
They're just running around. It's good to go fast. It's fun.
They just thought they might run around in circles for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
I get the idea. They were thinking the blue team was going to overextend, but they didn't quite feel like it. Aurelian might be caught out here. The Unstoppable Force goes onto him. He has no E. Oh, yeah, that's Aurelian Soul right there.
Real gameplay.
Man, how ridiculous is that champion?
You know, he seems pretty fine and balanced to me. He hasn't decided 2 games, it feels like.
What's that? You used your one hard CC ability? Okay, I'm literally unkillable.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. I think, like, maybe MDib flashes into 5 people. Kind of like
Yeah,
Fnatic, and then we all blame Outlaw. Just like Rux. No, Razzle.
Okay, here's the deal. We get
happens.
MDib to flash into 5 people. We get Malphite to ult onto Aurelion, then Syndra, then he gets Syndra ulted, and then they kill him all.
Yep. Simple, really.
See,
Only a matter of time.
that's all that needs to happen for E4 to win. It's pretty easy.
Only a matter of time. And possibly some PayPal money. I'm happy to help facilitate transactions.
Okay, we're seeing the fly out onto the Zinzao. The Zinzao's trying to get away, but he goes onto the... We are seeing the Aurelion Soul come out. It's 3 people.
Goodness. It's so
It's
illegal.
monstrous. The Vi Q comes out, gets cancelled by the Janna Q. By the Janna ult, sorry. They tried to kill the last 2, but they flash away. Vi going over the wall, trying to hit Davis, but doesn't quite catch him.
I know. I know that the Rock ult would have been very int, but at the same time, it could have been a 5-man ult. You kind of just got to send those for fun. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. It just, something feels wrong. Davis not going for the 5-man.
Trying to hit the Davis. I did say that, didn't I?
I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty bold of the Aurelion Soul there. Like, just going straight into the middle of them.
Yeah,
right
no,
next to Zinzao in melee range, just like, you can't hurt me.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do.
Surely that means he dies, right? Because he's built like mage items, so it must be offensive. Oh wait, they all give 400 health.
Like, that's not true. You didn't build Rod. Gone for the Leandries instead.
Yeah, but Leandries also gives HP, no?
No? I don't think so.
Did it not?
No.
Oh.
I think it's just AP.
MB. Okay, the Seraph's shield, that's it.
Yeah,
Seraph's
Seraphs
shield.
and Rylai's.
And also they had a
Dawn's
giant spell. They also had a giant spell for Rylai's. They didn't have Rylai's yet though.
Well, yeah, but... You get what I mean. Right, 30 seconds to Dragon. Maybe Outlaw randomly at 0. That's also possible. Like, there's more of his aggression, and they don't manage to capitalize on it. Aurelion Soul does not have the Sky's Descent currently. So...
True.
You know,
They have a less threatening
that
team
going
fight
for
than
them.
usual, but I'd still say it's pretty hard. The Syndra might be caught out here. We are seeing the Aurelion Soul W coming out. The Aurelion Soul ult comes out. Doesn't do anything though. He doesn't fuck up the ult, hits the back line, but they used 2 ults there and didn't get anything out of it. The Unstoppable Force comes out on the Aurelion Soul in the back line. The Aurelion Soul is doing the Q on Davis to try and kill him. A Vi goes onto the back line, is tagging 3 of them, tries to kill them, tries to kill damage to them. Jinx is going excited in the back line, killing the Syndra. Jinx gets one shot by the Syndra. Judgy Rocks tries to deal more damage with the Qs, but, you know, support. Yeah. 2 for 2.
They just got caught out. That's really not worth it. They probably get the dragon anyway, but...
I'm not certain, you know. I know they probably do, yeah.
I think I get it. I think Ornn is just too much of a wall right now. Could just stop it.
Yeah, then they'll die. Okay, yeah.
But, like...
Yeah, dude, how broken
It feels so much
Seraph's
closer than
shield?
it should be. It feels so much closer than it should be, for sure.
Yeah, it just felt like... Yeah, well, no, to be fair, that was explicitly because the Aurelion really... I think the Aurelion really griefed that.
Yeah.
They just went in too hard, and they used their ult on kind of nothing. They used it to try and kill one Zinzao when it's such a strong teamfight ability, but, you know, it is what it is. They're going on Baron here. I'm not sure E4's going to be able to do anything about it. The Aurelion Soul max HP damage is just a little bit too much. The Jinx is also there now with the Kraken Slayer.
They don't have Smite
Yeah.
though, so there's potential for a steal.
Oh my
there we go.
Syndra steals the Baron!
It's okay.
Holy crap!
It's okay. Scott just says, you know, I'll put E4 on my back. You griefers. We've lost Soul at 28 minutes. but I'll get us the Baron. I'll drag this out another 5 minutes. We'll flip the Elder and pray we win.
Dude, it's always in the series finales, bro. Okay, yeah, so that's given E4 Baron. I'm not sure what they're gonna be able to do with it, but still pretty fucking lit. It's definitely bought them time to potentially try and scale.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I still don't think they win unless they get this Elder.
No. I still don't think they win, but yeah, no. Like,
And
have
I
you been
also
noticing
don't
though,
want... I don't want
the last
ACL to fight randomly now.
the last few fights have just been so random. Like they've been really close for no reason. We're seeing.
I think it's just like NACL being overconfident or like over aggressive and just randomly making really bad misplays. On paper, I don't think there should have been a fight that they should have lost.
Yeah.
Because they had their lead. It's just carries like being hyper aggressive and walking up to melee range. So I think I don't want to see any fighting now for like the next few minutes until Baron wears off, unless it's like a really obvious pick. Because I think that's what gives E4 their chance to win the game. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I agree with everything you said. I don't know. I think NACL still definitely most likely to win, but I think there is definitely like it shouldn't happen, but I'm tempted to say there might be a chance of a flip on the Elder Dragon. Yeah. It shouldn't happen though. It shouldn't happen, and it's still 3 minutes away. So
I got time. Plenty of time.
I'm not sure the game will last another 3 minutes, though. You know.
You think there's going to be some kind of huge team fight and one team's just going to end?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's gonna happen. I could be wrong. I just feel like. You know, look at everything in the game. All the summoner spells are up, all the ults are up. I just feel like someone's gonna press something, you know, and it'll probably be Outlaw.
I think we're gonna see the Elder spawn. I think they might fight over Elder and end the game without taking it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't think we're gonna see the game end.
Although this like right now, could be a prime opportunity for a fight.
The Baron has worn off, so on paper I think. This should mean that NACL win again, assuming they play it like human beings. But on the flip side, maybe E4 are able to get a pick. They're looking, they're sweeping, going through. They might catch Outlaw here.
They might catch Outlaw, yeah.
No, they're going mid instead. They're going for the Karma.
They're going for the Karma and the Ornn.
I'm not sure about
Malphite Q comes out, nothing what happens of it.
We're gonna see this guy's descend. Oh my god! It's monstrous, bro. E4 are getting wiped out.
Oh my gosh, you were right. It's over.
There we go. That's it, boys.
That's got to be our winners, surely. I think. Yeah, the death times are long enough. That's the game.
NACL.
5-0.
Probably.
Last fight.
NACL take Season 8 of UNL.
Yeah. Blue side 5-0. Basically, guys, make sure you get side select in game 5, because otherwise, in your last game, otherwise you are losing.
5-0 to blue side. I wonder if it says something.
Okay. GG. And now I think
Cool.
we'll have honors interview.
Let's get moving to the interview, boys.
Yeah.
Get all of them in.
Okay. Get your team in here, please. We need an admin to drag them, please.